Alright, so last time you guys had headed over towards the eastern part of the area surrounding Meta after finding a sort of lab within the basement of a ruined house. You had two kind of leads pointing you towards the Slip Silver mines. And just like the paladin that was passing by the village of Meta, mentioned that there could be undead and blood-sucking creatures within the mines due to its darkness. There would be a strange occurrence as it is a silver mine, and that is typically a sort of poison to a lot of the more vampiric undead. However, as you cleared it out, you definitely saw a variety of undead, as the exterior was guarded, or at least patrolled, by some skeletal skull warriors. If they were put there on purpose, or just there because that's where they ended up, you are unsure. After dealing with the skull warriors, you excavated the Slip Silver mines and were accosted by some more not exactly undead bats, though they did try to drain your blood, and I think they did on one of you. Thankfully, nobody's showing any aversion to the sunlight, so you should be fine. Clearing out the rest of the mines, you found some aberrations and rats, and eventually found your way into a fang bleaching room, though no one really had the knowledge of what that was. Forcing your way inside, you saw two vampires, who were definitely vampires, tied up to some columns. And through the use of detect magic, you were able to see that they were both physically bound and magically bound to said columns, as well as having a barrier to stop anything going in or out, or at least anything that was offensive, as Crom did prick his finger and throw some blood at one of the vampires. Unsure if it was more of a taunting or a bribe, but it didn't really go anywhere with that kind of thing. It's just now on that vampire's face until he's set free. In said room, you did find some notes detailing the two imprisoned vampires of Elisar and Rickrom, and they both had 2 days and 7 days, respectively, as kind of a deadline for possibly their release, though you're unsure of totally what that room was for. And you ended up passing by the baby Paleberry, who you eventually learned the name of was Utsva, and broke your way into the final room, where you met 3 possible vampires. One was most definitely a vampire from his large vampiric bat wings, and who introduced themselves as the leader of the Ikra Coven. Speaking with said vampire, they were mostly cordial to you, especially since he knew that you entered the Fang Bleacher room and took the 2 people's items, and even asked for the link pearls to be given back, as well as most likely hearing you breaking open their door. Talking with them, they informed you that they didn't really have any hands in the spreading of disease or turning creatures into vampires, though they have been mostly draining the local fauna of blood. They mentioned that they had also met with the fairy of the forest, and they had a sort of deal going on. Speaking with them, they also let you know that they did not really attack any humanoids unless they were given permission by said humanoids to drain their blood. And outside of any other questions you really wanted to ask, or your aversion to said vampires, you were able to strike a deal, as they were the ones to propose it, that they could use their magical abilities to cleanse the village of disease, and in return they would be paid in blood donations. He gave you a different link pearl so that you could hand it off to Chensho, as he did mention that it's not exactly a easy thing for a vampire to enter a village and not be staked on sight, let alone the travel being a difficult thing to do with all the sunlight going on. And to make sure that you guys were definitely on his side in the kind of trading affair, he did ask a favor that you were to hunt down a local sun falcon that had migrated to the area. He informed you that they were commonly employed by vampire hunters, as sun falcons can produce sunlight enough to damage and kill vampires akin to the normal sun, though there was also a chance it was just unaffiliated. He gave you the location, and you decided it'd be best to just go there since it was probably an hour or two walk away. Or ride away, in the case of your mounts. And reaching the area, you were attacked on sight by the Sun Falcon, as they are kind of territorial, as well as not exactly just a herbivore. And dealing with the Sun Falcon, though it did blind and fly around, causing you some issues, towards the end of the battle, it seemed like it was beginning to flee away. However, its body started to bubble and boil as its wings exploded out into a set of 3, giving it 6 wings in total. However, its body did not agree with its transformation or mutation, and it exploded into flames and came soaring into the floor dead. Its corpse continued to bubble and boil away, similar to the other mutated creatures, and its sunlight started to dim away. Though a lot of its body is staying here, aside from the normal mutations you've seen, it seems like this one either wasn't complete or it wasn't done properly. And so you could return this to the vampires and they could kind of identify it as a Sun Falcon, if not for the 6 wings it now holds. And we ended off last session just as you guys were defeating said creature, and quite a few of you were rubbing your eyes away from having been blinded by the sun.
Jeez. The guy's incredible.
Well, suppose it's time to
The world?
bed on down. I can see to me it's pretty much horizontal as is.
Yeah, come here so I can take a look at you.
I shall. And he'll crumble head over.
Lay down, you big oaf.
Alright, I suppose.
At least somebody else calls him a big oaf.
He earned that title. You just sort of say it.
Just give me a second. Did you identify that he had a disease before? Because I know we talked about it.
I think we identified it because I got bit a fair few times. I don't know if we know exactly which disease it is. We just know that those rats could give disease. So we knew we needed to have a look at it before nightfall. In all honesty.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright, so, you know that he is diseased, because I'm pretty sure I said that in the cave. It was something that came up. So is Demir using his heal check to give the treat disease thing for when he's resting?
Yes, that's what I was
Okay.
going to do. Since we're resting, it's going to be like the long-term care, or not long-term, but like over the evening care.
The treat disease is 10 minutes.
Is that
Unless you're
all?
talking about, yeah, it's 10 minutes to do that, but it just gives him a bonus to a save if you succeed the DC.
Yeah.
The other thing would be providing long-term care, which just doubles your recovery from sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm not sure anyone prized that, though.
Yeah, it's just the disease I think we were going for this time.
Is anyone still suffering from ability damage?
I
Don't
No.
think so.
don't think so. No.
No.
Okay. Then yeah, you don't need to do providing long-term care, it's just be that for the disease. Is the party resting on this little hill? Because I think that's what you decided last time.
Yeah, it's probably the
Yeah.
most defensive position we've got, really.
Alrighty.
What we could do is probably our resources coming back, especially when Paul Mentha took quite a few hits there.
Okay. So during your guys' rests, when it comes up to Clark's watch, I need you to give me a perception. Alright, you won't notice anything. They will pass into the next and you redo your healing. And Crom, I need you to give me a... Pretty sure it's Fortitude. Fortitude save, please.
Cool. This is without any +2 or anything.
You won't know what you get.
Okay, cool. Not the best roll, but it is what it is.
Alright, we're back.
Alright, Crom, as you awaken towards the morning, you do feel a kind of bubbling in your stomach as if you've eaten something rotten, as well as your fur being a bit damper than usual. However, you don't feel any dangerously ill effects that would affect you in combat.
Ugh.
Can I give him a checkup and see how he's doing?
But sleeping is just your hit die plus con, isn't it, for healing?
It's just hit die.
Just hit die.
You can roll heal over him, sure, Demir. Crom is still suffering from the disease, though you can see he's not progressed any further in it.
Alright, you're stable for now. We'll have to get you a little bit more help though.
Maybe, but we gotta drag this thing back to those associates.
It's a good thing we've got a cart then.
That it is. That it is. Come on then.
But my rock is so comfy.
I'm sure it is. Hey, if we hurry, we won't be able to leave Clark behind. She's too busy doing her hair.
Mentha is small, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. And Demir, you're medium, yes?
Yes.
Okay. As you are preparing yourselves to start heading off back to the vampires to hand off the Sun Falcon, Demir, you will notice that the back portion of Clark's neck is slightly green.
What on earth? Clark, get down here. I gotta take a look at something.
Take a look at what?
You've got something on your neck.
Hey, at least buy a drink first. My goodness.
Alright, don't listen to your healer. Bye.
She always been like this.
I mean, they're fine. Take a look.
Good idea.
Crom, turn around.
Turn
It's
around,
just the back of your neck.
Alright,
Rats.
alright. I'm going back behind the rocks.
We don't know how far it's spreading. Oh. Go on then, have a look.
Alright, what do I need? Perception or what?
Well, you can easily see it's going to be a knowledge in nature to identify what the moss is. It's moss.
Come on, Mantha. And I'll hold a hand down to her so I can kind of lift her up to it.
You've got some moss right here on your back. Is it attached to her neck, or is it just like... Is it growing out of her?
As far as you can tell, it's just attached to her neck.
So,
Is it
I'm going
okay to
to-
take a look, Miss Clark?
Gently try to scrape it off a little bit, but I'll let
I'm
Menta take a
sure I
look first.
can let you.
I'll just give her a hand. Exactly what I needed.
+1 for plants.
Alright, Menfa, you definitely know what this is. This is solder moss. It is a blood-draining moss that thrives on drinking the blood of creatures, and depending on the blood drank, the moss can morph into different varieties of herbs.
Oh. Oh no. Probably need to get that off of you.
What is it?
It's called soldier moss. It drinks blood. Or drains blood.
Ah!
So
Oh, is Cloud gonna turn into a mouse pie or something?
I don't think it's really gonna do anything to her other than, drain her blood. It's mostly for its own benefit,
Get it off, get it off,
but I
get it
don't
off,
think
get
it's
it off!
healthy.
Oh, sure. Here, you lie down and Crow will pick up Finesse like he's gonna try and cut it off as a joke.
No!
You said get it off.
The moss, not my head!
Oh. Ain't much value in there anyway.
Clark's just gonna pull out her sword and point it towards Crom. Stop joking around and
Alright.
get it off!
Alright, alright. Well, you pointing your sword at the wrong person. How do we get it off, Mantha?
And I think we can just scrape it off.
Ain't got
When-
no...
Like,
Roots.
Amir tried to scrape it off. Did it just come off?
It's meant for trying.
No, when Demir tried earlier.
Yeah, I said I was going to try, but I also said I was going to wait until Menta was done looking at it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick it up, carefully.
As you peel away the moss, as if you're doing a slow bandage, you can see on the underneath very small kind of tentacle tendril things that snap out of her neck as you do it. And it's easy enough to pull off, it's kind of like Velcro. And you notice that Clark isn't having any reaction to you doing this, though you can see that it has been dug into her neck and has been drinking her.
That is nice. I'm gonna make sure I'm stood behind Clark so she can't see me. Just go, ooh, ah, ooh.
Does it hurt at all, Miss Clark?
Does it hurt?
No, it kind of feels numb on the back of your neck as if you've been anesthesiaed.
Nope, doesn't hurt. Just feels
Okay.
weird.
You can see the
Oh,
muscle
just-
and everything. Oof. Let's get this going.
Stop it, Crom. Stop being mean to her. Now finish peeling off the rest of it.
Yep, you're easy enough. It's easy enough to pull the moss off. You now have like a rectangular piece of moss with just like flowing tendrils that are just dangling there now.
Did we get all of it?
As far as you can tell, it was only attached to the back of the neck.
When we get back to town, it may be best to check ourselves out. That's a good spot there, you two. Might be a case that we got someone else on us, but I ain't exactly feeling like stripping off in the woods, not just yet.
Aye, let's grab our corpse and get a move on.
Alright. And, because this Sunfalcon corpse is really heavily mutated, isn't it?
It's mostly on the wings, but you can see there's a lot of bubbling on its skin elsewhere. But it's just a medium-sized falcon, which is about the size of your chest.
Okay. I don't know if I've got anything to wrap it up with. I guess we could just attach it by, like, the legs and head to the cart. I've got some rope, so we'll just ride with it, I suppose, because I'll be walking beside it anyway. So let's do that.
Yep, that is fine.
Once we get to the cart, I'm going to ask everybody to T-pose, and just I'll take a look at all of their exposed body parts to see if I can find anything else that's going on.
If you pat down your allies, you're unable to find any of the solder moss on them, or anything else that is untoward.
Alright, you look clean. Well, as clean as we can be out here.
Alright. Let's go and deal with these folk.
Back to the mine.
Turning to the Slip Silver Mines and moving into the kind of circular canyon, you see that Etrikar is waiting at the entrance rather patiently. Above him, you can see a kind of magically waving piece of shadow, as if it is a large parasol.
I take it it's daytime. It's just the map saying
It is daytime, yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep watch, but I ain't going over there.
Alright, I'll grab it and I'll take it over there. We took care of your little beastie problem, but it looks a little different than when we were trying to fight it.
Yes, it's a bit larger than normal Sun Falcons grow to be, and quite a few extra wings. Is this relegated to those experiments you've been speaking of earlier?
I think so. When we were fighting it, it looked like you told us, but after we did some damage to it, it changed.
Well, whoever is doing these deeds is definitely being quite thorough with their testing, if they were doing on such a newcomer to the forest. I take it there is no sign of a owner of this creature, or any onlookers to your combat?
Not that we saw.
Good. If it was in the employ of a vampire hunter, you would most likely see it towards the mid part of the fight, if not at the end, to accost you with allegations of being on a vampire's side. So, with the slaying of the Sun Falcon, I guess it's not an allegation if it is truth.
Well, I don't think we have any reason not to trust you. Biases of other people is all we have to go off of, then there's no real reason not to trust you yet.
I shall hope I do not have any actions or words that would change your disposition to me, if it is only to go upwards. Might I have the Sun Falcon?
Here you go.
Handing over the Sun Falcon, Etrikar kind of holds it by its legs and looks over it for a bit before placing it into the cart beside him. I thank you for this. You have definitely shown that you are at least going to attempt to gain a trade route with Maita. To that end, I did not really offer any reward for this, but seeing as you've done such a deed for me, I was able to couple together a modicum of a reward. Etrikar then puts his hand into his cloak and pulls out 3 rolls of parchment and hands them to you.
Ooh, what are these?
Since your ally, who does not give his true name, is quite wary of our designs, I thought he might have more faith in a parchment doing it for him. However, these are scrolls of Cross and Cleanse. Cross will get rid of most curses, though it is not a foolproof cure. And Cleanse gets rid of almost all diseases, and it is quite potent at doing so. You can either use them for yourselves or give them to the village. It is up to you.
Oh, that's much appreciated.
Since you seem to be one of a certain magic inclination, if you were to study further within your profession, you might be able to even learn these scrolls if you have no use for them within the immediate future.
Aye, they'd be a little bit high for me right now.
I hope that one day you'll be able to learn from such a thing, even if you do not have them in your possession. Now, will you be traveling back to Maita, or shall you be heading towards that tower I mentioned?
Oh, I think we're going to a couple of places first.
Well, then I shall wish you luck in your endeavors, and I hope to hear from either you or Chenshaw rather soon.
That should be the case.
Then I bid you a day.
That's not... Never mind. You too.
You done?
Aye.
Come on then.
To Mayetta now.
Yeah, back to my Maeta.
Is there anybody in Maeta that we know of that would actually be able to learn these scrolls?
No, as far as you know, well, the only classes you would find in Meta would be stuff like Archer and Ranger. As for the highest one would be Chensho, but he's not a caster. Possibly the Paladin, but you're unsure if he's still there 6 days after you've left.
True. Alright, are we going back to the lake now?
I thought it was Meta, the lake, and then up to the tower at the north, but
Oh,
yeah, we can.
that's right. Make one big old loop.
Indeed. And we ain't really looked at the left-hand side of this here forest too much. Might be some clues over that way on the way to the lake.
Sure.
So is the party heading directly towards Meta?
Like on a kind of diagonal. So,
Alright.
that way, I guess. Or as close as we can to that.
Since I've got my daily abilities and stuff, or my refresh of my abilities, does anybody want lay on hands or anything like that?
I mean, I'm not going to say no. I'm only 6 hit points away from max. So just 1 or 2 would be good.
Roll the D100, please.
Well, yeah, don't do it yet, I might be dead.
You can feel free to do the healing first.
Four hit points.
That's pretty good. I'll take that. But yeah, that's literally 2 off max, so.
Okay. As you are traveling through the day towards Meta, you get to a good midway point on your travels, as you already spent some time going to the mines, and you weren't going to get to Meta in one day anyway with your movement speed. The sun beats on high down on you in an almost oppressing manner. From your disease continues to ail with your stomach, as well as making you sweat quite a bit. And as you are moving around, you start to feel a bit delirious, and your sight blurs somewhat. I need you to give me a fortitude save, please.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, today you either ate a very hearty breakfast, or the medical attention from Demir is seeing you through, as you start to hear a thumping in your ears, possibly your heartbeat, and it is very rhythmic, though it sounds more like drums. However, this effect subsides rather quickly, and you're able to continue your journey without any issue.
I'll be damn glad to be free of this disease.
Well, they gave me 2 scrolls. I could use one on you for this.
No. No, yeah, Demir, I understand your concerns, but some folk might need that more than me.
Alright, it's your wishes.
However, should I collapse, feel free to ignore my wishes.
Good to know. Demir just takes out a little scroll of paper and just starts writing down, when unconscious, free reign on healing.
Do whatever is necessary.
DNR denied.
Alright, and your rests for this day also goes through without any implications.
Alright, I'm going to do my
heal check.
That's better.
And Chrome needs you to make a fortitude save.
Here comes that one. Never mind.
You got the same as last time.
I did.
Alright, Crom, as you awaken this day, you start to wake up trying to expect that your muscles are going to ache and you have rather damp fur. However, as you do so, you feel quite energetic and probably the best you've felt in a week. There's probably that your most recent 2 days have put you so low that this high feels much higher than it actually is.
Well, damn me, I feel fantastic.
Well, aren't you looking like a spry chicken?
He's sort of just like hopping on his... Because frogs have like almost backwards feet, right? They kind of almost recurve, where the feet go back down. He's kind of just hopping around like doing a few shadow jabs. Oh, I feel fantastic. I can go 4 rounds with 2 clocks.
Sure you can.
Is that mouse on your neck?
What? Hey.
Come on.
The rest of the day, you're able to get back to Meta as it turns to evening. With a week being spent away from the village of Meta, it seems time has not stopped for you, and neither has the plague going across the village. It is even quieter than before. You're unable even to hear the sound of fieldwork being undertaken, or the joys of fishermen at new catches. The streets, or if you could call them streets, are more devoid of life, as it seems more people are staying indoors. As well as that, the stench of decay continues to prevail in this area. And as you're entering in from the northern parts, you notice that Chug, the owner of the general store, is just sat on a nearby rock.
Well, hello there, Chug. What seems to be getting your goddess down so much?
You're those people trying to sort out this plague, ain't you?
Why, yes, sir, we are.
I hope this week has proven to give you the answers. We're not doing too well here. And my shop, well, I closed it up. We don't get many visitors, and especially with everyone staying inside, business has been quite shitty.
Well, that's a damn shame, because we seem to have found a few, things to buy and sell on the way out there. However, I understand entirely. Frankly, we ain't found the source of this, but we on the right track. We just can't spend too much more time out there without some provisions.
Well, I hope you're not asking me for the provisions. I have hardly any rations as it is, as the families here have been buying those up, and anything left I've got is just, bottled water and the like. Shit indeed. If you've got things to sell off, I suppose I can buy them off your hands if we are to be moving on.
You got any stock in Chugatow? You got anything to buy, for instance, as well?
I have a few things. The village doesn't need much in the way of weapons, but I have a few of those. Got a few arrows, bolts, and a few magical trinkets here or there. Depends what you're in the market for.
Well, I certainly don't have the money for magical equipment, but what do y'all think? We can't buy no food, unfortunately, which was kind of the point of coming back, but I got about 227 left. Y'all need anything? Fine, great play. Does anyone need the studded leather scimitars and longbows?
No, I don't think anybody needs any of that.
Okay. I'll look up how much they cost now. If you got
That
them
should
to
indeed
crack
be Chester.
Just thought I'd point it out.
We still have stuff that's not fully identified, right? Like
We
my
have
staff.
other. Yeah, we have the staffs, or your staff and my rod.
You can try to identify magical items once a day.
Alright. I would like to do that. We haven't tried it
as
this
well.
day.
And then roll 20 crashed. Give me a second.
So, just to remind myself, it's always half price for selling, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's always rounded down.
Yes.
Okay, stirred leather, so that's another 75.
And what are the items you wanted to identify? Do you know where you got them from?
The half staff thing that Mento was using, and the holy staff that I got.
Okay, the one from the skeleton which was snapped in half. You can definitely roll a spellcraft for that.
Do we want to do one aid, one check, or do you want to do individual checks?
Either. Can do an 8.
Sure. I don't know who's higher.
I have 6.
I also have 6, so it's even.
So why not just one each? And see what happens.
What's it?
Okay.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, this is the identification. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone gets 110 gil each in total.
Are you calculating the longbows as composite 3?
Yeah, composite 3. So they're 3
400.
Yeah, 400 each, and I'm using one, so there's only 2, so it's 800 total. Because that's because in total I think it's 8. Yeah, 882 divided by 2 for half price is 441. Divided by 4 is 110. So
yeah, okay.
I'm keeping those arrows because I want them.
Alright, you're definitely able to identify that staff. And I may have said it was a rod. It's a rod for medium creatures. For a small creature, it would be a staff.
Okay.
In the case of
Yes, you said it was. Yeah, you did say it was a rod, but it was snapped in half, so it's now like fits a small creature.
Hmm. In the case of Menfa, this is a small +1 mud multi-staff.
Nice.
And for one from the rat corpse, you can roll spellcraft for that as well.
There we go.
Yep.
Hey,
You got
yes.
Yep, just swap that around. The rat one is a +1 holy power staff.
Alright.
And you'll know for the +1, it is a chaos level of 3 times the enchantment, so that was a DC of 18.
Nice. God, we need food.
So if they're basically the same thing, would Chuck be able to buy the old staff of me?
Yep.
Or interested in buying it?
Yep.
Have to lug around 2 staffs.
Dual wield.
Yeah, if I know.
Staffs. That's a good idea.
But yeah, currently in Chug's mind, he's expecting that the village is going to have to move, so he's just going to buy your stuff and sell it elsewhere if that turns out to be the case.
While we're here, Chug, do you know if that paladin's still around?
Carrots?
Oh yeah, that carrot folk.
Don't talk about carrots. You get my stomach tumbling. But no, the paladin set off 3 days ago now.
Aye, alright, thank you.
Strange question, but I think he said he was going south, is that right?
He left via the South Bridge, so I assume so.
Alright.
Oh yeah, there was a aura that came through. Overheard him talking with Salmice, apparently giving something to his pops for you lot.
Oh yeah, we saved him from some of the creatures out there. Chug, if you going out there, you best be careful. There's some very nasty critters out there.
I'm not gonna be leaving the village anytime soon. I've gotta make myself prepared to go when we all go.
Alright. Does anyone want to buy anything at all? Because I was tempted to get a masterwork weapon, but I don't know if he has them. Or some healing supplies, because that's going to be a problem if we can't buy food. Because I'm down to 1 ration at this point. Because we're using 1 every day, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm down to 2 rations and 2 animal feed.
I mean, can we survival for things out there? And I think we can, but it just takes more time, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But I know that we can't eat the meat.
I do have 6 rations, that's helpful.
You could scavenge for berries.
Yeah, I think we might have to scavenge and save what we've got for an emergency.
Berries, mushrooms, there's probably edible stuff that isn't meat out there.
Yes,
If
some
you're
not
onions
going to
planted
the
in the floor.
You can make sting nettles into soup.
Make it into tea as well.
Plenty
Alright.
of radishes and turnips and onions planted in the floor you can go pick up.
Oh, we're not going to steal from people. That's mean.
I did
No, the
lose
forest.
a rope that I would like to replace.
Rope.
Yes.
Yeah, Chug definitely has a rope.
What does Chug have alchemical items at all?
He has, though he doesn't have anything for disease because they've been using all that kind of stuff.
No, I was thinking of buying 2 healing springs just to help offset, like, Art of Combat healing and put less stress on Demir.
Are you trying to take my job, lad?
No, not at all, but you do have a purchase for a far and large blast of energy, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoy immensely. It's mostly to save your resource.
He does have healing springs, though he will make a mention that the item that the aura left for you is similar in design. If you want to go look at that first.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say. Alright, Jerk, hold up. We'll go and speak to Old Man Show. I've got hemp rope, by the way, Demir, if you need to use it, or is it just to have some extra?
Yeah, I mean, what's an adventurer without rope, you know? Does he have any more than just one section of 50 foot for the hemp?
Yeah, it comes in 50 foot, I think.
It comes in 50-foot increments, but you can buy 2 sets, 3 sets. He has a lot of rope.
I'll take 2.
Considering this village is made out of a lot of thatch, there's a lot of rope to keep it all together.
Hey, Twiglet, you've been mad quiet for a while. You got something on your mind?
Oh, not really. I don't really need anything to buy, I don't think.
Alright.
Mostly worry about you guys, because you need to eat and all.
That will be alright. If all else fails, we've got Mr. Kid. Nah, I'm joking.
Don't worry. I'll make sure nothing ever happens to him. Where's Speckles, anyway? Did you leave him in the cart? I told you to look after him.
Who did you tell to look after him?
Mr. Gibbs.
I'm gonna go see the old man.
I'm right there with you.
Hey there, kiddo.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
boyo.
find Speckles.
God, you split the pie.
Oh, when I find
Sound
Speckles, I'll
nice
come back.
waves that used to go by.
Yeah, it's just a wave. Is your old man in?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
As you get
Oh,
closer
okay.
to the chief's house, you can start to have the smell of decay being wafted away, as whatever Chensho is smoking in his pipe is seemingly minted or medicinal.
Oh, that's like a burst of fresh air, especially for my nose. Old man Shan. You got 5 minutes?
A fair breeze brings you back to my village. I hope you've got good news. As you can see, the village is mostly locked up.
Oh,
We have a bit of good news, hopefully. Depends on how willing you are to work with unusual people.
It's more of a devil's bargain, but we ain't got much choice.
We don't know that yet.
Maybe we
Well-
should go inside to talk.
Yeah.
Aye, that's probably for the best.
The little one speaks my mind. Where's the lass, though?
Oh, she found a frog in the forest.
Oh, those are quite hypnotic.
I should
It's
have
just-
warned her not to lick it.
She just went to check on something back. Archie should be with us in a moment, I think.
Well, we can wait for her inside. Entering back into Chancellor's house, it definitely seems like the cobwebs are getting a bit more out of whack, as the spiders are taking over the house in possibly Chencho's absence, though he could just be sleeping in the same chair over and over. A nearby pot is overflowing with green and frothy liquid, though as Chencho enters, he notices this, runs over, and turns the knob to turn off the flame. Can one of you get the door? I need to sort out this pot.
I'll get it. Hi, Miss Clark.
Can Mentha reach the door handle?
Tiptoes.
I'm not that tiny.
And
I must
Chincho
stop.
can reach the door handle too, so.
As you can see, this map is to height, so Mentha's the same height as Demir, apparently.
Fair enough. Ah, hello there, Mentha. Is everyone here?
Yeah, we're here. Speckles okay?
Yeah, Speckles is fine. He's just in the cart having a sleep. I left Gibbs there with him.
Well, that's good. Come on in.
Thank you. Ah, hi, Mr. Chenshaw.
How are you surprised? It's his house.
I was surprised. I'm just excited to see him. What's wrong with that?
That sounded surprised, but alright.
It's nice of you to join us, Clark. You're about to have a debriefing from your allies. Hopefully you got something to add to it if you're taking your time getting here.
Ah, have they told you about the vampires yet?
The vampires? They're... You've found a new lead, it seems.
Have we not started speaking yet? Oh, my bad.
No, we're waiting for you, lass.
Clark just starts to scratch her head. My bad.
Yeah. I thought that was the dumb one.
Clark makes a fist and tries to punch Crom's head.
Can you reach that high?
It's a scale map. I'm not that far away from your head. Also, you look like you're on your tiptoes. Just pack it in.
This is how I walk. These are my legs.
Go flat foot. I don't believe it.
Anyway,
it's nice to see that you still got energy within you, but it ain't your food supply's getting low like ours.
it's Mo Gallo's humor, if I'm gonna be honest, old man show. We low on supplies, and hell, some of us can scavenge pretty well out there, but it's gonna slow down our efforts.
We were hoping to buy some rations from Chug on the way back, but apparently he's shut up shop, so we can't do that.
It's not exactly that you shut up shop that you can't get rations. It's the villagers have pretty much bought out his stock in food.
Hard times.
It's a damn shame. Do stop me, by the way, if someone wants to take this conversation.
Anyway, well, we did run into some vampires. They seemed fairly friendly. They didn't seem like they wanted to do any of us harm. They even offered to come and aid the village with getting rid of the disease. They gave us a link pearl so that you could talk to them and maybe set up trade and negotiations so that they don't have to be here at first. Maybe get the village used to the idea. They did kind of hint that they could get rid of the illness that's going around, at least temporarily.
If you're not comfortable with it, that's also fine. They're just minding their own business, and they're not gonna bother anyone else either.
This business of the vampires is a bit concerning. I have never heard a good word about the undead, let alone those that require the blood of humanoids. If you were able to convene with them, and even get this Lake Pearl so I can talk to them. I think I can work something out with them. They are strong creatures, regardless of their origin. And if they mean well, I suppose a trade. What exactly do they want out of this?
What do you think, old man Shin? I mean,
Well,
want
they
the blood.
offered, they offered healing services for trade of blood donations, and they did say that they do take blood, but it's they ask first, basically.
Yeah, they're going to be polite before they take it. But
Well,
they
if
give
you
you
say
an
no, they're
option.
not gonna take it. Is the point of it?
I know. Just ain't in the good book. It don't make much sense, but we in a bad situation.
I mean, we could have busted in there, but it was really nice to us, regardless.
I'm not too overly fond of just bleeding out for the creatures, but I suppose we're not losing much. Maybe like an hour of rest afterwards, but I'll talk with them. There's possibly a few other villagers that would be fine selling blood for services like this, but getting rid of the disease would definitely push us towards getting our food back.
They also do take animal blood, so you might be able to raise some cattle or something and trade when you slaughter a cow, maybe when you bleed it dry, give them the blood and or let them take the blood before it's dead. I don't know if they like live food or whatnot.
I'm doubtful that a animal's blood is as good as a humanoid's. All the stories I've heard about vampires is that they see humanoid blood as if it's a drug. But I suppose we could also offer up animal blood.
They did seem like they were trying to control themselves, like they had some self-control. Don't know how far it'll go, but
Do you know how long they've been here? Where did you find them?
in the silver mines.
These vampires you speak of, they're quite the oddball case. Why would a vampire be near silver?
Maybe because that's where anyone least expects vampires, so they can stay hidden.
Or maybe they're trying to gain resistances to their natural problem with silver.
Well, theories are quite solid, I suppose. If they've stayed there for some time, did you know how long they've been there?
It looked like they've set up shop there for a little while at least, but we didn't ask how long they've been. It seems like they've been there longer than not.
Fair enough, I suppose. If they've been there for so long and we've had no issues beforehand, I guess they're an alright sort, or maybe they've been playing something.
They do have some sort of agreement with the fairy over by the lake. We did meet them as well.
Ah, you met the fairy of the forest, did you? It, quite uncommon for anyone else to meet them except my wife.
Someone decided to give them their name, but we got it back and worked everything out with them.
Yeah,
Everything's
Crom,
fine.
why would you do that?
I don't understand. She took your name. She is quite the peaceful sort.
She thought we were the problem with the creatures around here.
Ah, then I can see why she might have cost you such. As long as she knows you're on the good side, she won't cause you much issue. As I say, she knows my wife. She normally takes on a form similar to my wife. Though, my wife doesn't exactly like her doing it around me. A bit of the jealousy comes out.
Out of interest, how is your wife? Is she, I know she stays away from town mostly, but I gotta be honest, I kind of expected to run into her by now.
Where exactly are you expecting to run into her?
Just in the lakes and the rivers around town. Just checking in.
Have
seeing
you
if she's
been in the
swimming.
lakes?
We went to one of the lakes.
Have you been in it?
Oh, she swam? Oh.
Yeah, she's a water-bond Lamia. She normally just stays inside the water. So unless you're doing a lot of swimming, you're not exactly going to be meeting her.
Let me just change my level plan for swimming.
Hey, I can see that character shit. You're not exactly aiming to take my wife from me, are you?
No.
But no, my wife sticks to the waters. She can come out as she pleases, but it's like living in a house all your life and then finding there's a whole out world. You like your house.
I understand that. Look, I don't mean to cut this short or anything. When I was away, sorry, did anyone ask about the reward from that aura?
Not yet.
Alright. We're gonna have to leave you to deliberate over the whole vampires curing diseases thing. It's a little bit above our pay grade, but we also hear that one of the folk we managed to rescue out in the forest, an aura by the name of, let me check my notes.
Is that his name? I don't remember that.
He's in there somewhere. It's not opening. Hold on. Crom's got a buffering wheel in front of his face, bear with me.
You're just opening up your own journal. Let's look at journal 4. Where's the name?
Telekinetu.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Telegatu.
Aye, Delegato. He's a friend of Muglet, I'm pretty sure. He passed by and handed off some packages we've been expecting from up north. Families that too close to the war and can't exactly get close to him. He said he met you on the roads, actually quite close to the silver mine, so I guess you met him not too long ago. He said you healed him up.
That was your old friend Amir here.
Just doing my job.
Well, the more people that are moving about in these parts, the better. Yes, he did leave something for you. This belt. Chencher then puts a belt onto the table.
Is he trying to give us fashion tip? Do I look that bad?
Nice looking
Detect
belt.
magic.
You can detect magic. Yes, it is magical.
Yes.
Did he say what the belt was for?
Hi, it's meant to be one of those. Apparently, Demir doesn't know. It's one of those belts that heal your wounds out and about, and it recharges daily.
Well, that'll certainly help our exploration. Just a shame we can't get one that makes food.
If there was one that made food, we wouldn't have all these troubles. Though, you got a way to heal the symptoms with those vampires if they truly do keep to our word. Have you found anything towards sorting out this issue? Any particular part of the forest that's been diseasing our fauna?
Well, we're heading up a little further north to go and check out some sort of broken down watchtower. That's the next lead we're going for.
We keep finding smatterings of some kind of organization making these things. I gotta ask, any of the hunters noticed any of their kills with numbers on their ears? It seems like any of the diseased wildlife seems to have, well, not all of them, but the particular mutated ones have numbers on their ears. Just a bit of a watch out in case you see one.
To tell you the truth, the hunters haven't been hunting in about a month or two now. Since we found out it was the meat doing it, we stopped. Some people still like go nearby to find hills and the like, but even that's still causing issues. But I heard no speak about any of the writings on him.
All right.
Though we're talking about an organization, how big of a event are we talking about here? Are the wars heading down south?
But you're asking the wrong man, unfortunately. But shit, I'm intelligence 7. Actually, I wouldn't make that connection. Never mind.
Depends what your wisdom is.
Wisdom's 14.
Then you could. Wisdom is like solving mysteries, so you would be able to put two and two together.
Now, we seem to be having more problems the further north we get. And if the wall is on, surely you would want more muscle. Maybe these things are being created for the wall. Think about it. We got raging balls, huge deers, creatures that are healing themselves and causing all sorts of ruckus. Hell, that deer almost took all 4 of us out. Maybe they're using them as soldiers.
And they're just using this area as testing grounds because it's peaceful there.
Yeah, they probably ain't expecting no one to. Maybe that's it. These grubs. I mean, you spoke to God, what's his name? Sorry, the hunter that we spoke to right at the start.
Udra.
Udra. You spoke to Udra when we were in his basement with the fresh kill he found. All those grubs came out of it, and they grew real quick. I mean, like that. And we found evidence of similar things out there. And hell, they ain't natural.
Yes, I spoke to Udra after you went on your ways. I didn't exactly like what I heard, but I'm liking even less that you're thinking there's an organization using the peaceful lands to aid in the wars. We came down here to get away from it.
Sorry, G, you go first. I was going to say something, but...
Well, we don't really know how many people are involved. We found traces of, but not anyone who's actually doing it. We even saw signs that they're using humanoids as subjects.
Damn city folk. Maybe it's the Bahumanati.
You're saying they tested it on humanoids. Are they testing it on us?
I don't know. Whatever. There was a house further to the north where there was something in the basement that was being. You seen them sometimes, maybe? I mean, you were in the walls, right, with the mayor? Them folk who drink all them potions and become super strong but stupid.
The mutagen fellows.
Aye.
Only met like 2.
We think it might be something related to them. We got these very suspicious looking syringes from that house.
I'll pull them out and show them.
Oh, I don't know anyone around here that would even know how to make a syringe.
That's what I thought. Hell, I couldn't even pronounce syringe a few days ago.
Hello, if you got syringes like that, it's definitely sounding to be man-made, not just a natural occurrence or something that's shifted down here.
No, the Pharaoh said the same thing. In fact, we often meet her after this.
Well, I hope you get to the bottom of this. You say you're going to that watchtower up north.
Are we all?
It's been abandoned for quite some time. It was used when the wars were southwards, but it's been abandoned over 20 years now.
Maybe somebody moved in.
Maybe. Hell, it's probably one that might be ruined, but walls must be strong, right?
Some part of it is still walled, but last I heard, part of the tower has come toppled down.
Well, that's the only lead that we've got right now, so we'll check it out anyways, see what's going on.
Well, I hope that's the final lead you got.
And most places we've been to have been abandoned and found stuff in them anyway, so maybe that's also hiding something.
Maybe, little one. Maybe.
Hopefully it's hiding the perpetrator of these acts. I would not like to have the idea that this is going to go any further.
You and me both. I thought this was going to be some kind of disease creature we could come back in about a day or two. But you have to excuse us, Mr. Chencho. I think we better get going.
Hold on a second. Since you've found so much about the situation, I can give you an advance on your payment. A ways to the northwest, since you're heading in that way, you'll find a cache of mine. I have several hidden about, but they're items from my time as a mercenary, and having that kind of stuff in the village brings about unwanted thieves. That cache in particular, you should be able to find a pair of glasses that'll let you detect magic, a scroll, 2 scrolls that should help you with the elements.
No big axe. No
Sadly, no big axe in that particular cache. I do have an axe somewhere else, but it's quite valuable and it's a bit more than an advance.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll mark the location on your map. It's about 10 paces to the west from a large tree. You can dig it up easy enough, though. You'll have to sort out the lock on it. Hey, don't give it to Crom.
What? Alright. I see how it is. I see.
These scrolls that you say that are there, do you know what kind of mage cast these scrolls?
Well, the person who gave them to me was similar to something like you, Demir.
Alright, thank you.
Come on, then. We best get going.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chencho.
We should probably find a place to rest for tonight. It's been a long day.
What time is it?
Evening.
Oh yeah, we should probably... I mean, we can rest at someone's house, surely. I mean, I have a very small one somewhere. Off, like, bound.
Looking at the only person who actually lives in the village.
Well, yeah, Clark actually lives here,
Yeah.
so...
Indeed, I do.
Alright.
Is it alright if we intrude with you then tonight, Clark? Miss Clark?
I'm sure I can ask my parents.
You're gonna make me sleep outside, aren't you?
What? No. I mean, we normally keep animals outside, but you know, I'm sure I can ask.
Now that's racist, and you know it.
Yeah, I'll ask. I'll see what Mom and Pa say.
See, they good people. I'm as surprised they made you.
Hey, now that is just rude. Well, Mr. Chensho, I guess we'll get out of your hair. Thank you again.
Hope to be seeing you very soon with all of this business all dealt with.
Hi.
Do
When
our-
we're finished, I'll
do
get
our
my mum
best-
to cook you some lasagna.
We'll do our best, Mr. Chencho.
Absolutely. joking aside, we'll do what we can.
See you later, boss.
I'm gonna see if Chuck's got a fancy axe, seeing as no one else seems to have one. I need to pick up a hammer. Does anyone want anything?
I'll go with you. I'm gonna see if they've got any wands.
Oh, actually, thinking about it, that's a better investment. I'll need a hammer though, because them skelly boys ain't messing about. Hey there, Chuck.
Hello again. How goes the investigation? You're off and about and again.
Sun's getting real low, but tomorrow.
How's that item that Aura left for you? You wanting more healing after that?
I was hoping to see if we could have any wands in stock anywhere.
Well, now you're asking the big ask there. What wand in particular you're wanting to get from me?
Well, any sort of healing wand would be great. Regen, cure.
I do have a cure wand in stock, though it was a buyback after it was used, so it's not at full charge, but you can buy it nonetheless.
Alright, how many charges has it got left on it?
38.
That's not too bad.
So that's a steal.
That's a bargain.
How much has everyone got?
Yeah, I don't got that much. I got like 300 something.
I've got 3. We could definitely afford it. It's just seeing
Yeah.
that's what.
Yeah, a little less than 400.
So I've got that. So we just if we do
Just divide it by 4, if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine.
okay, so 570.
Clark?
So
Would you want a bit of chipping in?
If you want healing.
I don't even know if I've got that much.
Did you increase your by
I do,
one
but-
your 110?
Yeah, but it leaves me poor, but here you go. There you go.
Wait, we only need 142.
No, see, that was what
Oh,
she has
that's
left
your
now.
remaining.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got
Yeah.
that left,
Yeah,
so I've given you 142.
Alright.
that's still pretty good for normal folk.
Yes, that's why I put it in quotations.
And Chub, you got one of them wall hammers knocking about down there or anything that does bludgeoning damage? Ideally something I can hold in one hand.
Did you just ask for a warhammer?
Well, hell, yeah.
There was one I had. I have to go check at the shop.
If you don't have it, a club will be fine.
Chuck,
And
Chuck goes back into his store, and a few minutes later he comes out with a warhammer in his hand. This good enough? It's a bit dusty. He then blows on it to get some dust off.
We'll give it a practice swing or two. I think it's just a normal warhammer.
No, it's a Mastock one. It's very light in your hand.
Oh, I can't afford it. I can't. This too fancy, Chuck. I can't afford this.
I can
Uh,
pin it
what?
on that too if you want.
Ah, feel bad. You need money for playing things.
I don't really need that much money.
Because isn't Masterwork 300?
Yeah. So that would be 312.
Yeah, I've only got 173. I'll have to put it back.
I'll chip in 50 gil if you want.
I'm happy to pay the rest of it.
Alright. If you guys are up for it, I will be broke at the end of this, but...
We're going to be in the forest, we don't really need money there.
That's true.
Weapons more useful than gil. Fighting mutated animals.
Okay, so if you guys are giving 50 each... I'd still need like another 50. That's the problem.
Can keep that.
I was gonna say I'll give you 20, so that'll leave me at 100. To you take 70 from me.
So if that, I would need 18 more gil. If you'll give me 20. It's 315. So like, so if you give me 50 each and you'll give me 20, I'm still 18 short. Is what I mean. Do you not want to save your money? And I'll just get like a stick.
I can give the remainder of it.
You sure? Alright.
Clark's just off in the distance,
50 and
hiding
15.
away.
I
Yeah,
can
just
chip
8.
towards it.
Oh, it's too late now. I know who my real friends are. I'll take that. Cool. Well, thank you. A lot of you.
1d6 plus 1 on the Wand of Cure.
Yes.
I'll pay you back for whatever we find. I owe the both of you, give or take. Well, it'd be 70 gil basically if we round it up. So next time we found something, just make sure you take that cut. Thank you, Chuck.
Oh, thank you for the gil and the items to be selling on.
And don't you worry, we're gonna fix this. Now, let's get some sleep.
Come on then, I'll show you the way.
I'm gonna call the Warhammer Grace.
Alright.
So I've got Finesse and Grace, the Warhammer and the Great Axe.
Alright.
That chunk of steel is not exactly graceful.
I know, but it annoys Clark sometimes.
Good enough.
If that's what you believe, okay.
Clark, where you going?
Back to my home.
It's like you live in the village. I'm really confused.
I do, but none of these houses are my house.
Fair enough.
If Clark asks her parents for having a sleepover, they'll definitely oblige you.
Nah.
And they'll let Crom use the previous dog's bed if he wants it.
I'll be in the stable with Gibbs.
If you say so. Oh no.
God.
I don't like the D4s because the 4 always means it's me.
Yeah, it is you.
I don't want it to be me.
Okay. As you all make yourselves at home within Clark's home, you have a rather friendly conversation with her family, and you're able to not exactly eat their food, but eat your rations and whatever drinks they have on offer. The time spent in a more friendly locale rather than being accosted by monsters and demons at night brings you a lot of peace. And as you settle down for the night, either in beds, on the floor, or in the stables, you're able to get a good sleep. All aside from Clark. Clark, as you rest in your bed that you're very comfortable within, you start to stir in your sleep as a dream enters your head. Within the dream, you're standing within the village of Meta, though the area is quite misty. It's hard to see more than 100 feet away. The houses are much cleaner than usual, however, you're not able to smell anything on the air. The only thing in the air that you can sense is a bit of moisture, as if it's rather humid, possibly from heavy rainfall. As you're standing throughout the village and looking around, you notice that there is a door that has been hit or destroyed from a nearby house. It is just laying on the road.
Oh, that's not meant to be there. Guess I'll walk up and investigate it.
Walking over to the door, you don't see any signs of damage. The hinges are still intact, and it's almost as if the door is attached to the muddy floor.
Then I'll try and open it.
Opening up the door leads to disappointment, as it just leads to the muddy floor underneath.
You say there are other buildings around as well. Just very hard to see.
Yeah, it's currently misty, and there are the other houses of Meta here. They seem cleaner than usual.
I'll go around the houses and see if there's any house that's missing a door.
As you move throughout the village looking for the house that misses the door, you find one that has its doorway wide open. Leading into the front entrance, you can see some children playing some games on the floor. Circles are drawn in chalk as they are throwing marbles around. They hum in their heads as some of them start to speak out the lyrics of the supposed song that they are thinking of. As you can make out the words, "When the stone bird has fled, we'll get fed."
When the stone bird has fled, we'll all get fed. I love riddles. I guess I'll try and approach the children.
As you approach the children, I need you to give me a will save, please. As you approach the children, you notice that their skin is greyed over, and as they turn their heads to you, as you make rather a lot of noise with your metallic armor as well as just stepping onto a wooden floorboard, You can see their eyes are much larger than usual, as they are almost pristinely yellow in color. There is no white and there is no black. They stare at you in a weirdly otherworldly manner.
Yeah. Hello there.
They repeat the words, when the stone bird has fled, we will get fed, as they stand up and you notice on their hands is dripping cement.
Care to elaborate a little bit more on this stone bird? What does it look like? How big is it? Where does it come from?
Who's
The
his mother
children?
what to do?
The children put up their hands as they begin to walk to you.
Now, I'd like to just put in place, a good 2 arms length distance here.
They seem to ignore your pleas and continue to get closer with their hands raised. The cement still dripping from them.
Now, I'm gonna call this your last chance. Come any closer and I'll have to cut off those hands.
Roll me perception.
Ew.
Alright. As you are focused with the children in front of you, you have a similar sensation that you're unable to detect anything at your back before it's too late, as you start to feel some hands on your arms and your shoulders, as more children have clambered onto your back and are smearing their cement hands over you. However, it seems that the cement that they have is quick drying, which is strange as it drips from their hands. And when it glances upon you, it hardens immediately and you find it's very stiff to move.
Well, this is not quite the way I imagined I would die. Would have at least like a drink before I died, but I guess I'll try and kick you. And she tries and kicks her feet backwards. Use the old misdirection tactic.
You fight back against your assailants as you're able to tussle off the cement children. And as you are moving around, you hit your elbow in the funny bone as you dart awake in your bed, as you did the same in real life and hit your elbow onto your bed frame.
My not so funny bone. Ow!
Whoever is in the house can probably hear Clark as she wakes up.
What's going on? Who's there?
I'm assuming we're all in separate rooms.
Your house isn't that big. There might be someone sleeping on your floor.
As long as it's not Crom, I'm fine with it being anyone else.
Actually thinking about it. No.
I would probably be in the living room or some sort of communal space, not in Clark's bedroom. That doesn't seem appropriate.
Mentha?
I mean, maybe.
Clark's
That's just wherever there's
rolling
a
on the bed,
taken.
holding her elbow.
It's meant to just in your plant pot.
Miss Clark, everything okay?
No. I hit my elbow. Yeah, it hurts.
Do you need me to go get Mr. Demir?
Nope, nothing a good old rub just won't fix it. Oh, that's better. Oh, that hurt. Well, that's one way to say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We better go and gather everyone up. I've got a few things to say for what just happened last night.
What do you mean? What happened?
Had this... Well, I had the most awful night's sleep. I had a very strange dream. And I think it's just good to mention it, considering everything else that's been going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we should then get everyone else. It is about time to wake up anyway.
Where is Crom actually sleeping? Like, is he still asleep in, like, the dog bed?
In the stable, it sounds like literally someone sawing wood in there.
Considering we used to have a dog bed, do we still have a dog bowl somewhere in the house?
Yeah.
Alright, I fill it up with water and walk out to the stable. Here, boy! I got water! I'll open up the stable door. Oh, Crom! It's breakfast time!
Mr. Gibbs wakes up and darts over to the bowl.
What the?
Not you, I have something better for you.
Now what the hell is going on here?
Well, I brought you a bowl of water, but Mr. Gibbs beat you to it.
I can get my own water, Claude. Come on.
Well, you were sleeping like an animal. Just wanted to make sure you felt at home.
You gave me a dog bed.
I didn't. Mum did.
You give me a bed thinking about it. They'll sort of just get up and try and push some of the fur, not the fur, the hay off him and straw.
Anyway, come into the house. I've got some things to say.
Does anybody else in the home look like they're not feeling well?
They're fine now. They did. His mother did have a bout of the plague going around, but after that, they've stayed away from the meat.
Alright.
Alright, I'll come with you. Why, do you have a nightmare on your own because you were stuck without me?
No, I had Mentha.
She a good little twiglet. Alright, come on. Oh, are you keeping up to me with your snoring?
What? I don't snore.
Mr. Gibbs, I implore you. Do she snore?
No.
See? And then I'll just go inside.
She clearly doesn't understand you, Mr. Gibbs. I'm saying she is she. Because, well, you know.
Mr. Gibbs just turns back to the water bowl.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, lass.
So, how did everyone sleep?
Just fine, thank you. You got a mighty fine couch out here.
Oh yeah, Mum's chooses good furniture. If Dad had his way, it would just be a log.
I'd be alright with that as well.
Oh, fine.
What did you want to talk about, Miss Clark?
Well, I didn't sleep so great. And then she'll start going into details about everything that happened in the dream.
Ha! You did have a nightmare. You lied to me.
I never said I didn't. I just said I didn't snore. But anyway, the thing that's really sticking is
Just a
that.
minute.
No, the riddle.
Well, you said the place was the village of Maid. Do you know if that building that the children were in, was that a particular building or just something random?
Would I recognize which building it might have been in Maeta?
You can recollect it and move through the village.
Well, I believe I could probably figure it out. Everything just looked much cleaner than what it does now. Also very tasty.
Less vomit, I assume.
Well, definitely didn't notice the stench. But,
I miss clean air.
Might be good to maybe go investigate it.
Sure.
Could just be my mind playing tricks on me, but it's always good to cross off every box.
I mean, get that dreams can be like approximations and don't always are like accurate, but it seems a specific thing.
I mean, we're here anyway. It can't hurt to look.
Yeah.
Come on then. Let's show us where your stick a dream happened.
Now, hang on a minute. You haven't had your breakfast. I'll cook.
I think I'd rather starve.
Hey! Now, I'll have you know, I'm the daughter of the best chef in town.
Wait a minute. Joseph, is that you?
You said best chef in town, not best chef in the world.
Yeah. Not gonna go tooting a horn just yet.
Alright, if you say so.
Besides, we don't know if this is Angaya or some other place.
Nah.
You're able to couple together a better than ration breakfast. However, there isn't many supplies in the house.
Eat up.
I must say this ain't actually that bad. We've been eating dry bread and cheese for the last 6 days.
I'll make sure that I make some extra breakfast and go and give it to Mom and Pa as well.
As Crom benches cheese, Gibbs just puts his head through the window.
No for you.
Hey, now, get out of here, you. Here, have a carrot. We haven't got no cheese at the moment.
Mr. Gibbs' face becomes longer than usual.
When we get some more cows, I'll get you some cheese. You just have to wait.
Are you all off to go investigate the mysterious house?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, Ma. Bye,
as
Pa.
They say farewell to you as they continue packing.
Packing?
Yeah. They're getting ready to move with the village.
No.
Yeah, this
I
is
like
make
my
or
house.
break.
And as you make your way over to the huts, we shall have our break here. And I shall be right back.
Cool. See you in a minute.
Alrighty then. So, Jester, I need Clark to make a perception.
Okay. Oh, high rolls.
As you are leading the group through the village of Meta, you eventually come to almost the outskirts of town, and thinking back to your dream, it feels as if this is out of place, though you are following where you were in your dream. It's possible things were shifted around or your memory was a bit hazy, just like the misty night you found yourself in. And you find the house in question, as the door is wide open and creaking in the wind.
That's the building, everyone.
Well, don't that looking mighty fine invited. We got more ghosts.
I'm not sure. That was just a bunch of children with cement dripping hands.
And what they say about some stone bird?
Wasn't it something like when the stone bird flees, everyone will feed or something like that?
Can we get a rewind of the tape, please, to the riddle?
When the stone bird has fled, we'll get fed.
That was it. Fled, not fleas.
It's almost as if Manfo was listening to you talk in your sleep.
Mm-hmm. That's why I had her in there.
I'm sure she recited it perfectly when she told us the first time.
Yeah, when we had the team meeting, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep our eyes out for a stone bird. I'm assuming it's on high somewhere.
Do you know who this building belongs to, or belonged to?
I don't think so. Maybe Chenso might.
We may as well check it out while we're here.
Absolutely.
I have no idea, unfortunately. I mean, would that be a knowledge local?
It would be a knowledge local, yes.
It's not trained for me, so good luck.
Is the group entering into the house?
Yes. At least I am.
Alright.
Sure.
Moving inside, it isn't that large of a house. The entrance room is kind of coupled together with the living, dining, and kitchen. There is 2 rooms that are adjoined to this with their doors shut. One is the master bedroom and one is for their children. And it looks like this place has been packed up and left from quite some time ago, as the furniture is kind of pushed towards the wall and there is no real items on the interior. However, you'll notice that atop the wooden table is a small carving of a stone bird, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Now that looks familiar.
Did you see the stone bird in your, dream?
No, I did not. I tried asking, but they wouldn't say anything else. They just kept walking towards me.
Is there anything sticking out here at all, barring the bird? Is there any kind of? I don't know how I'd phrase it really with my ability. Traps or any kind of. Does this look like a setup? Is what I'm trying to get at.
I mean, you wouldn't know a trap for seeing it unless they were very bad at laying a trap, to be honest.
Do one of y'all know how to look at their magical auras? Would you mind checking this thing out?
Alright. Go ahead and turn on Detect Magic.
Yep, same.
The stone bird is magical.
See if I can identify it.
It'll be spellcraft.
Not great. There you go.
Demir, you got no clue. Medfa, from what you can tell, this bird has a magical enchantment placed upon it that will activate something that you're unsure what when a certain gesture is made with it.
Okay.
So, some sort of command phrase?
Maybe.
Make the bird fly away, maybe.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up.
Alright, you pick up the stone bird. It's now in your hand.
I just look around it and turn it around, see if there's any inscriptions anywhere, anything.
You do indeed. On the underside, where its wings are, there is some scriptures from left to right. However, you cannot identify what it is.
Is it
There's some writing on it.
writing, you say? Can you read?
Yeah. No, I don't understand this. He'll turn the bird around so that the writing is visible and just put it up so that everybody else can take a look.
And Crom can identify the language as Aklo.
Huh. It's in that strange old tongue speech.
And
Well, what does it
you're
say?
able.
Well, hold on. I'm getting voices from on high. Bear with me.
I want to know now.
You'll read the scripture as it reads: "When Stonebird has fled, we'll all end up dead."
Whoa!
Why are you
says-
going, Gore? He
it
hasn't
says-
said anything yet.
Yeah, it says on here that the when the blonde-haired two-souled woman leaves the village, the curse will end.
What?
Clark,
I'm not leaving.
you the reason this is over? No, it says. Then I'll tell him what it actually says.
No, now you see, what's this you said earlier? It's part of the old language, old tongues.
It's
You must have
it's
your words mixed up because I'm pretty sure it said when it's fled, we'll all get fed.
I can assure you, this is what it says, and if I'm gonna be honest, it's not a language that most nice things speak. The only reason I picked it up was my more mind had come across some very strange artifacts in the deep and the dark places of the world. Whatever this thing is, I don't think we should be using it.
So what do we do with this? Put it back,
Look,
maybe?
I ain't no mage, but maybe. Putting it back? Is it some kind of, I mean, out of character, did Demir and Mentha manage to find out what school of magic it's from? Like, is it warding, or is it more like a curse?
I was just about to ask what school it was.
Can we also detect
they
magic on
did-
Clark and make sure she's not under some sort of mind affecting ability?
No one gives a fuck about Clark, it's fine.
Spellcraft is to identify the item. If you want to identify the magical school, it'll be Knowledge Arcana.
I joke, I love you, Clark, really.
Yeah. Love-hate relationship. Understood.
You say that, in 20 years, like when we stop playing this, they're probably going to get married.
Whoa! I'm not having human wolf babies.
Half-breeds, bitch, though.
Get married to the ladder
They're
instead.
banned. I was told they were banned. They'll get killed straight away.
Demir, you can't really tell what the magical aura is.
I thought you just spent 3 rounds looking at it and you'd figure it out.
It's well, you know the strength and the location of the aura, but you need to make the check to find out this school.
Okay.
Well, how strong is the aura?
Like, is
The-
it JoJo, or is it...
The aura is moderate.
Is the aura affecting Clark?
Nobody's asked.
I asked. I'm just waiting for the magically inclined people to check.
Is it doing what now?
Is this aura affecting Clark?
Oh, sure. I'll take a gander at Clark while I've got this on.
You don't see anything around Clark.
You have got no magic on you right now, Clark.
So why did I have this dream then? It's very odd that I see this dream and now suddenly it's actually reality. Maybe we should go and ask Chencho more about it. Maybe he knows more.
While I've got it up, I'm also going to take a gander around the room, see what's going on. If there's
Yeah, I
any
also wanna
magical auras.
take a look at the spot where I picked the bird from, if I can still kind of gauge like how long it's been just sitting there.
It's very dusty. It's been sitting there probably since whoever lived here left.
Okay.
But if you do look around the house, it doesn't look out the ordinary. It just looks like a normal house that has been moved out of and not moved back into. So what is the party doing?
I don't
Man.
think we should be touching this without knowing what it is.
Mintha, do you have any idea what aura it is?
I don't know. I studied the specifics of magic, I just know some nature.
Yeah, me meant to know about plants and animals is about it.
Eh,
Alright, let's leave it right here and go dig up our cache.
should we really leave it if it's dangerous?
Well, we know it might be someone who gets caught up in this. As much as I take the piss out of Clark, she's a strong woman, so...
Have you put your microphone onto your head?
Why are you so far away?
I'm just saying it really quietly so people won't know. Look, one of the villagers might get affected by this thing. And, I mean, that's a hell of an inscription to be on a magical artifact. It might be worth bringing this to show.
I mean, if it is something dangerous, I'm sure he'd know about it in his village.
And if you don't, he surely needs to know. So let's get on with it.
I'd also like to purchase a spade or a shovel before we leave, since we're gonna have to do some digging.
I might be able to help guys dig up something.
So is the party taking the stone bird over to Chencho's house?
Yes.
I'm not carrying it.
I'm already holding it. I guess I'm carrying it.
Alright, who is the last one to leave the house?
Oh boy, should we roll for it?
Yeah, roll it. I don't think we're in a particular order.
D4, go from the watch's order.
I've been going from the icon orders.
Alright, do that. No, for
So,
fuck's sake!
Demir.
Oh. You said icons
the-
order.
Not the tokens, the avatar things in the bottom left.
Oh.
The names.
Oh, I panicked then.
Alright, Demir, I need you to give me a reflex save, please.
I just noticed our watch's order is the same order as our icon order.
So it is.
No.
Oh no.
Okay, as the party leaves the house, with the stone bird in Memphis' hand, as you leave the doorway, you feel the stone bird start to shake in your hand as a crack forms over its center, going around the entire middle and kind of separating it vertically. As that happens, the house shakes, billows, and creaks as almost in an instant, it is sucked into its center as it falls apart. Demir is not able to get clean of it before it falls on top of him, as plenty of the wooden and thatched rubble lands atop of him, dealing 12 damage. And trapping him underneath it. But he's halfway in the door frame, so you can see him with his legs underneath the house.
Shit. Can't give him something to heal him. I'm gonna try and get this gen off him.
Speaking of which, I was going to mention we should probably give the belt to Mentha.
I'm cool
I
with that.
will throw... Well...
Sure.
Uncork a potion and put the cure potion down Demir's throat.
Crom will just run over and start clearing what he can from Demir, or at least, like, if it's a beam that's over him, try and lift it so he can get up.
So how you doing?
I
Is it
don't know if this would
comfy?
work, but can I use this to move around the earth? Around Demir. The rubble.
It only appears in unoccupied spaces. So it wouldn't go
Ah.
underneath and then push it up, no.
It's cool though, because we can use that
Yeah.
for a lot of different stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate a swift action to give myself a lay on hands.
I think it's gonna work. Come on, let me try and lift this thing. And Crom will just try and lift while Demir's doing his little heal.
You are certainly able to pull up enough of the rubble that Demir can crawl his way out of.
Alright, short little legs didn't get me out the door quite quick enough.
What the hell was that? Are you alright? I mean, did y'all see that? It just, like, what the heck?
That's one way to describe it, I guess.
And yeah, I'm fairly alright for having a house full on top of me. For future references, let's not follow the clerk's dreams. It's not safe.
What do you mean?
Agreed.
What? Next time I dream about treasure, I'm not going to tell you.
Look, I don't know if that was what we were supposed to do with that thing, but at the very least, it's not gonna hurt anyone anymore.
Well, it might still flee, you never know.
Isn't it cracked in half?
It's got a crack all the way vertically, as if it would be separating it into even halves, but it hasn't broken apart. No.
Is it?
Is it still magical?
You beat me to it. Yeah, that's it.
It is magical, however, the aura is fading, and you can tell that the aura has changed.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I can try again. Because it's new, right?
Yes.
A little bit better.
You still have no clue what aura it is.
Alright.
I do a new spellcraft on it.
Yeah. Whoa. Let me just double check. Yes. Mentha. With the fading aura, you can see that the aura has been disguised, and there is also a invisibility spell at play. There's plenty of things going on with the stone bird. However, you can see that the bird is, or was, cursed. And that it was basically a death curse, and the curse has now gone through.
And a joy twiglet.
I mean, good news and bad news. Seems like it was a curse that caused the house to go all bad. I think it's gone now.
Well, it's a shame about Demir, but at the very least, ain't none of the normal folk in the village being affected by it. God, I thought this place was normal.
Chrome, do you fancy trying out your new hammer?
Well, it's got a different aura now, doesn't it?
It has a different aura because it was being hidden away, and the aura is fading because the item has been used.
Okay, but is it still the same death aura?
Yes.
Hell, I can try and break it, but I ain't gonna make no promises.
It would
Set
be
the bird
feel
and
better.
take steps back. Just be careful, Grom.
When it says fled, can I not just, like, baseball leg in air, chuck it, like, 400 feet into the wilderness? No?
Probably not 400 feet, but you could throw it, yeah.
I have 3 here. No, I don't have 3 hero points. Alright. Yeah, what you need, like a sunder?
If you're gonna smash it, I don't need you to roll. You can roll if you want to, but laying down the hammer onto the stone bird, you will break it apart, and it's now just a load of pebbles. He's definitely broken apart, and it's just a load of pebbles on the floor.
I'm never gonna crit again. Alright, never mind.
But why was there in the first place?
Ah. This
Mr.
place-
Gibbs then looks at Crom, as if he's been insulted.
Sorry. Oh, no. Hell, never heard of some weird cursed house before. Now, come
Shall
on,
we still go
Sorry, go.
talk to Mr. Chenshaw about this?
It may be worth mentioning in passing. But we better be quick. We're losing daylight, and hell, I'm out of food.
And I still would like to purchase a shovel.
Well, let's do that then. We split into 2. Cloak, Mantha, you right to go talk to Shell while me and Demir go get the shovel?
I guess so.
Yeah?
Alright, we'll meet you at the gates.
Okay, see you in a bit.
fun.
If you want to buy a shovel, it's 2 gil.
Perfect.
And if you talk to Chensho about the house, he will inform you that the previous inhabitants of it left the village around a month ago, as they had been gifted a stone bird by a traveling merchant. However, later it was revealed that she was a witch.
So what happened to all the occupants of the house? They ran.
The occupants, essentially, they ran away from the village and left the bird behind.
At least it shouldn't be a danger to anyone anymore, I think.
All right. Seems like we've got some treasure to unbury. My favorite thing.
Is it?
A little bit.
He's a dwarf. He loves digging, right?
Well, some of us don't like to racially stereotype when I look at Clark.
Says the one of you hates all vampires.
Hey, that's religious, alright.
Yeah, religious against a race.
Vampires are a race.
Okay, sure. I won't show you the handbook.
Yeah.
Is the party moving on to the K-ish?
Is there?
Alright. Moving away from Meta towards the cache mentioned to you by Chensho, you find the tree in question and take 10 paces towards the west. Is it just going to be Demir digging with a shovel?
He seems...
Menta said they had some way to help too.
That was gonna be the expeditious construction.
That also
Use
works. It's unoccupied space.
I mean, if I can use it next to the area where the chest is and dig up the earth that way, I don't know.
Suddenly there's a wall with a
Try
chest
to be
in it.
creative. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, then I don't have anything.
Yeah, it appears atop the earth or stone surfaces. It doesn't build up from it.
Fair enough.
Demir is willing to dig, but there's other people that have better chance of doing the work faster, so if anybody else wants to chip in, that'd be fine too.
If you need the help, I'm willing.
And Speckles just sits on Clark's shoulder and eats some bugs as it watches.
Do you need any rolls or anything?
You can roll strength to see how fast you do it.
Oh god, okay.
It's a good thing Demir has like a minimum roll he can make with a shovel, so a 3 just means you're terrible. And Crom is much better than the guy with the shovel.
I mean, I'd give him the shovel. He could use the shovel when I'm not using it.
Alright, so Crom and Demir start digging with shovel and axe, or are you using your hands to Crom?
Pretty hands, because you don't want to dull the blade.
Alright, and it only takes about 5 minutes. It's not dug overly deep into the earth. And you eventually hit into a box. Pulling out the box, it is a wide lockbox, and on the front is a shifting set of rectangular keys, you could say. Upon further instruction, you can see that you need to move the lock into the blue area is indeed a puzzle. The
I mean,
well, okay,
I already
yeah.
figured it out, but yeah.
Go on then.
Go on then, figure it out.
Yeah. One more. There you go.
Sorry.
There you go. Puzzle's done.
I played that game for hours and hours and hours.
I tried to help.
Next puzzle, I promise I won't touch.
I mean, at least give us a chance. I mean, you love these puzzles. I know you do, but
That's a hard puzzle to do in a group because
No,
it's basically one person at a time.
Yeah, the added difficulty of that is there's like everyone in the background just moving other bits. So you're like, wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, next time Clark says, I've got it, everyone just move random bits.
yes.
Just, regardless of what it is, just move it, and then...
There you go, I've
that's
reset
it.
the puzzle.
Alright, moving the lock into place, you open up the lockbox. And inside, that was described by Chensha. You don't need to make checks for them. You'll find glasses of magical teachings, a scroll of elemental resistance, and a scroll of communal endure elements.
Ooh.
There's the glasses. There's the first spell. And there's the second.
Something tells me that the north is cold. Technical question, GM.
Yes?
Did we eat our rations at Clark's house?
We didn't use rations because Clark scrounged up food to cook for us.
In the
Yeah,
morning? Not
He
the
took the minimal food that his family had and fed people that weren't his family. Yes.
She.
Alright.
Dad's a hunter, he can get more food.
Yes, hunt the diseased animals.
Hunt some berries.
I guess it does have more than one meaning, sure.
Alright.
Anyone taking anything from that?
Meant that I have both got the spell for the magical teaching, so unless
Well, the
It
thing
is-
with the glasses, they last for a minute and you don't need to concentrate on it like you do with detect magic.
right.
Yeah, so you can just, like, Iskandar had some, you just tap them, and then you just look around the room.
Right.
It also allows you to cast other spells whilst it's still on.
That is true. Seeing. Okay, Geomancer can learn elemental resistance. That's good.
It's endure, not resist.
Well, we have both. There's elemental resistance and endure elements.
I forgot both of them. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Geomancer can
Communal.
learn endure elements as well. Perfect.
Well, but second white mage.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh, you
I
say-
knew White Mage could do it. I was about to say, you know, if I get both of these scrolls, then I would want to get. But I don't know. We can split it up. However, it doesn't make very much difference to me at all.
With the endure element scroll, is it a specific element already, or do we get to pick?
Resist elements is you have to pick. Endure elements is like.
I know the endure one. It's the
temperature.
resist one that we need to know about. It's if it's like a specific scroll now. Like, is it fire, or do we get to pick when we cast it?
You
No, for the scrolls, you're casting the spell, so you can choose which one it is.
Oh, that's cool.
If it was a potion, it would be a set one.
Okay.
I already got the belt, so do you want the glasses, Tamir?
Sure, I'll take them. And I notice you haven't been really casting any spells, so do you want to take the scrolls so that when we can learn them, you can have them?
I mean, I can take one of them, and you can take the other. I already have the lower level version, Enter Elements one, and I can't really cast either of these yet.
Alright, so I can take the Endear Elements and then you get the Elemental Resistance, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Alright.
With the items taken out, you continue over into the lake.
Indeed.
Making your way back to the lake, you will see the Lamia still lamenting over the river, and as they notice you, they transform back into their fairy form. So, you've returned to May Lake. Do you bring good news?
I don't bring you my name, that's what I know.
Well, we didn't really find out anything new from the silver mines, just we found the people who live there. I think you already know about Miss Mary.
If you're referring to the vampires, yes, we have a deal.
Yes, if you don't mind me asking, if you knew that they were there, then why didn't you say something when we said we were gonna go there?
Because part of our deal is that we do not reveal their presence to anyone. It'll be up to them if they let you find them. They are pretty adept at magics to hide their presences, but if they indeed showed themselves to you, well, I guess they trust you.
Do you trust them?
We've worked alongside each other for many years, before even the village of Meta built themselves to the southeast. They have not broken their promise, as I have not broken mine.
Well, it looks like what you were saying before was true. We're going to have to head more northways. Apparently, there's a large ruined watchtower further to the north. This is our next lead.
The Soldiers' Tower. I had a run-in with them a few decades ago. I even infested them with a illness when they were polluting my forest.
Now about that, I take it this one had nothing to do with the illness currently infecting the people here. We think
No.
there might be.
I gave them night terrors and made it so that they could not relieve themselves after eating.
That's pretty terrible.
That's a rough way to go.
They did not die, but they certainly learnt their lesson.
How long ago was this?
As I say, decades, possibly 24, 25 years ago?
I mean, must have left quite an impression if it's been abandoned ever since.
I'm not sure that What I did to them was what made them abandon their posts. The wars continued heading northways and moved away from the southern lands, and so they had no more use of that tower.
We think there might be the cabal or organization causing all of these issues in there. So, we just wanted to see if you knew anything about it.
I haven't really kept an eye on that place ever since it was abandoned. It's possible, since I have not had an eye there, that someone has moved in, but it's quite the destroyed locale. It'd be very hard to hide anything there unless they had quite the builder on hand.
Well, they did have that fancy underground cellar. We ran into it on the way from, since we last saw you, to the mine. I think it may well be underground.
If they are cutting into my forests, I give you permission to kill those who defile it.
Right, well, we're still on the hunt for what's going on around here, so that's our next destination. We'll see if we can find it there, but if not, we're kind of stuck in the water at the moment.
I'm sure we'll find it. Come on, y'all. We only got a set amount of time in daybreak, and hell, our food supplies are running low.
I hopefully will at least find a clue over there.
Did you
What
find
a-
out anything the last time we saw?
I have been talking with the creatures, at least those whose minds have not been muddled by whatever these scientists have been doing. But whoever has been doing the experiments have hidden themselves away, or have magics of their own to hide themselves, so it has been quite a difficulty trying to track them down. There is, however, a new sighting quite the ways to the east, even past the Silver Slip mines. You might find some luck there if the tower brings you no clues.
What kind of sighting?
Large, creatures. I wouldn't call them animals anymore. Similar to these mutated boars and deers, though it is much more spiky in design. And a large door that leads into the earth. Creatures cannot open these doors, and so I do not know what's inside of there.
Can you mark the area on our map, please?
I can do so.
Thank you kindly.
Well, it's certainly worth investigating. We should probably get on.
Since it is getting late into the evening, you're free to rest here once more, and I can provide for you some vegetation to feast on.
Well, that would be appreciated.
Is the party resting?
It's evening time now again?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
They will pass into the next. And with the next day, Mayri will also summon up some chocobos for the party to use. these creatures should ferry you towards the tower at a faster rate than normal.
That'd be much appreciated. How long are we expecting them to stay around?
They should stay around until evening rolls around again. She also casts a spell onto Mr. Gibbs so he can keep up.
Fantastic news. Let's mosey on, shall we?
Aye, let's get on the way.
With the night's rest gone and the Chocobos and Spina Heartsman in play, are you going straight towards the tower?
I don't think we have any reason not to.
Do you know the thing is the door?
Yeah, but the tower kind of
It-
closer.
It is. We could go up and round, definitely. Large, spiky, mutated creatures, yeah. We'll go to the tower and then try and go down to the door if you guys are cool with that.
Yep.
Alright.
All right. As you are heading towards the tower, I need everyone to give me a perception check, please. All right. Moving northways, you start to see the precipice of the Southlands, normally marked by large mountains, as the passages from north to south are very, not exactly cramped, but small in design. And as you come up this way, it wouldn't have been surprising to see some deserters, as everyone can see, charging in their direction, a man striding atop a yellow chocobo. Though yellow, as it would be the normal color, as you can see, it is dyed in red, possibly from blood. The man's metallic armor is snapped in several places, as well as scratched and cut into. As the man notices you, he pulls heavy on his reins as the chocobo kind of slides to a halt. Darting for his sword, he drags it out and points it over towards you. Who goes there? I wasn't expecting people down this ways.
Calm down, fella. We're not here to hurt you. We're heading up to the watchtower. Didn't know there was people up here. Are you all right?
Watchtower? That means nothing to me. If you're not looking for people, are you?
Necessarily
we
people.
Friend, we couldn't give a damn which way you coming from. We got our own problems to deal with.
If you're not looking for anyone in particular, I guess we can pass by each other.
Now hold on. You're looking pretty pent up.
Rough.
We gotta know you ain't gonna be causing any trouble for the people around here. Well, that's so to yours. Are you running or are you looting?
The man looks over his shoulder as if he's expected to see somebody else charging him down, but thankfully, or not thankfully, depending on your viewpoint, there is no one there. He looks back to you and kind of lowers the sword arm a bit, but he keeps it out of his sheath. Well, it's not me intending to have issues down here. It's only those who may follow my path.
those people following you, they wouldn't have to have some heavily mutated creatures with them, would you? Maybe aggressive bulls, large deers, something like that.
What? Do you take a lot of drugs in the Southlands? What are you talking about?
How about this? How about you just tell us who's after you so that we know what's going on up there?
Don't think it matters much to you if you're not searching for anyone.
Well, why would you be running?
Roll me diplomacy. Well, none of you seem to be on either of the sides, and there's plenty of them. I'm leaving the wars.
The wars?
Yeah, up north. It's not exactly something I wanted to sign up to, and they've been going on so long, I've given enough of my life to them.
Clark would just sort of look around to her party. Did anyone else realize there was a war going on?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while.
Last, do you not know who Old Man Show is?
I know who he is. I just didn't realize the war was still going on.
It ain't stopped.
It's what happens when you grow up in a peaceful village. Besides this meat issue, but anyway.
A peaceful village? Are they accepting new people?
No.
Well, nobody that I don't know the name of, because you haven't even given it yet. How about an introduction?
Can't exactly be sticking by my old name. You can call me Dorna.
Sorry, was that doorknob? Like, speak up.
Dorna.
Oh, Dorna. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Clark. And my friends here, if they want to give the names, are, here.
I'm Mentha.
I'm Demir, and don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm a veteran of some of the wars that you're talking about.
I'm Chrome.
A veteran, you say? Well, I care not for what side you're fighting on, or did fight on. I just want to get away from it.
Well, I was part of a mercenary band, not part of the actual ranks themselves.
So, Dorna, like I say, I understand that you're running from the war, but you feel like you're running away from something or someone. Are you being chased? What side did you fight for?
Well, that doesn't really matter. If he's deserting, then most likely officers are coming after him with a party to chase him down, bring him back.
The dwarf has the right of it. And I'd rather not say what side I'm on. That'd give away too much of my past and they could track me down.
Right, well, if you head near due south, a little bit to the west, there's going to be a village down there. Old Man Show is also a veteran of the war. Do not mess with him. He will take you out if he has to. But he might also help you if you're willing to work.
Well, I'd definitely take the word of a man who can wrangle loud kids as such as yours.
If he begins to get a little bit touchy, just say that I sent you. He'll probably at least listen to you then.
Just don't start nothing. Frankly, we've had enough problems around here that we have outsiders coming in and causing issues.
Just a word of warning, don't eat any meat. We're having a bit of an issue with the plague going on at the moment.
If it's not wars, it's plague. It's good
Oh,
for you I've got plenty of food on me.
You got enough to share? For payment, of course.
Well, we're often kind of entrenched for weeks at a time, so they typically hand out wands of food.
Would you be willing to part with that for an exchange?
There's not much left in this one. I can give you that for the help you offered.
That would be very nice. Are you hurt or anything? Are you chocobo, alright?
We're just fleeing some backward attacks as we left.
Alright. So, if you head about a day south and then make camp, and in the morning you'll come across Maita. That's the name of the town that's down there.
The man puts his hand into his satchel and throws a stick over to you.
Tap my glasses, and then I'll use the spell card to see if I can identify it.
Pretty sure it is. You have no clue, but he'll tell you what it is either way.
Well, that'll be a great help for us, sir. Thank you very much. We'll be heading back through Meta eventually, but right now we've got to head to a watchtower that's a little further north. So if you're still around, we'll come and see you.
Hopefully I can make my way there without any issue. And if you are going there, I guess, we'll be neighbors.
You're not wounded or anything, right?
I've patched myself up and Bob here.
Alright, well, I'll go to shake his hand.
He's kind of far away, but you can ride up next to each other and shake hands, yeah. As he is healed from the handshake. Yeah.
There you go, Boyle. That should help get you through.
I guess there'll be two things to thank you for.
Don't mention it. Just trying to help.
Well, Well, I've got my heading, and it seems like you've got yours, so I shall let you be.
Exactly. We both got places to be.
Dorna will crack the reins as he and his chocobo Bob will carry on.
Well, our food is solved for now, at least.
If you have used magic device, yeah.
Is that not on my spell list?
It's a summoner spell.
Oh, no.
UMD.
That's not good.
UMD DC 20.
Oof.
Well, one day we might be able to get used to this, but for now, we best make it for that tower.
Maybe we should have let him have it and have him hand it over to the town when they got there.
Oh, frankly, I don't know how many people will be able to use it there either.
Oh, well.
Just a refresher for the wands. Since it is on no one's spell list, it requires UMD of 20, and you can't take 10, and you cannot 8, but you can keep trying it until you roll a 1, at which point you cannot activate the wand for 24 hours.
So you can roll like 20 D20 until you hit the 1, and then that's done.
Either the 1 or the 20, yeah.
Alright.
It doesn't use charges until it
Yes.
either succeeds or fails, right?
It only uses a charge if you succeed.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in party loot.
Nobody has any points in UMD. It is charisma based, so whoever has the highest charisma probably has the better chance. Or whoever wants to take a 1-level dip into summoner.
I mean, now you mention it.
Summon up some intelligence.
Would be nice.
Alright, and passing by Dorna, you eventually get to the point where the chocobos start to fade out of existence, and you guys settle down for a sleep. Are you going to be using the wand to try and feed yourselves?
We'll try it first. I don't know if anyone has UMD.
No.
If no one has UMD, I'm just going to go scout. Guessing that's a no.
Yeah, my UMD is a -2.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Also, it's not even a class skill for me.
This isn't easy for me either, so... Alright. I'm gonna have a look and see if I can find something in the woods.
I'll help you scout. For edible stuff.
Thought you were gonna say edibles then, although that's a very different kind of... It's a roll.
I mean...
Does Cluck have any decent sort of charisma that they can help with? Try to do UMD.
He has +6 to diplomacy, so he has more charisma than any of us.
Yep.
Probably. And always the quietest, somehow.
Jaster.
I mean, I don't know if my survival is going to be the greatest, but
No, your charisma.
No, your charisma for UMD.
no, it's terrible. Like -2.
Oh god. Roll -2.
Is use magic device a class skill for you?
No.
Welp.
I'll put some points in at next level.
What is it? A class skill
No.
for you?
No, God, no.
Nah. Is it a class skill for anyone?
No.
No.
Does Demir not have UMD? Does White Mage not have UMD?
It doesn't look like it. It's not checked.
That's
I will
surprising.
double check.
It does not. Fair enough.
Wow. The mage doesn't have use magic device? What is this?
Yeah, they just use magic instead of devices.
Hmm.
Touche.
Anyone going to be attempting the wand then, or are you just going to be surviving it?
I mean,
if
the course
it's a DC
training.
20, it's impossible for
Does
us
it require
to succeed.
training?
It does.
Yeah.
UMD doesn't really come up that much, so I always just think it's fine. Apparently so. Well, next level, I suppose.
Searching for berries.
Yeah, Crom and Benfer, you definitely get enough food for the party, and Gibbs and Speckles.
Rackles!
That's the next one. That's the next rescue creature we find that Clark can take in.
Like I
Just
say,
get
Clark is
Speckles
eventually
is
going to become a
pointless.
tamer. She's no longer going to be a fighter, just tamer.
Yep, Clark just starts a menagerie and starts collecting animals.
Is it a bill? like
Final
taking
boss,
two
I'll
of them
throw
to
all
fight
my
it?
animals at them.
Alright, yeah, let's keep going.
And nothing happens through the night. And you're able to get to the tower. At least go to the back. Approaching the tower in question, it is indeed ruined and out of use, similar to the mine and the mill you saw earlier. However, due to its height and possible attacks over the years, this is the most destroyed structure yet. The tower itself is in shambles, its majesty fallen to the floor as most of the tower is opened up to the elements. Sitting 50 feet off the ground floor, the tower and attached battlement walls are somewhat precariously atop a small mountain. Another tower reaching a bit higher than the main one, though you are sure it wasn't originally taller. Across the stone road, which is mostly mud at this point, you can see two carts, one of which is severely damaged towards its rear portion and shows an exploded crate, and it has been exploded from the inside.
Now that's my question, is this Skyrim?
No,
Very much looks like it.
It really looks like Skyrim, that's all.
This music reminds me of Final Fantasy VII when you're heading up towards the first reactor.
well, it's very close because it's Chrono Cross, so same company, probably the same
Composer.
composer.
I can head on up there without too much of a problem and get a rope down to you.
I guess that's
Strange.
one way of doing it.
Strange that there's so many crates here that are exploded. You say it was from the inside?
Yes.
Is there any kind of residue inside the crates? Because we still haven't found out where those obsidian arrows are from either.
The crate has seen some rain as the wood is kind of moldy in parts and kind of flaking apart. But aside from that, you need to roll perception.
Not my day.
Menfa with the keen eye, and it's probably better you find this anyway because it's more at your height. As you're looking over the wreckage of this cart, Menfa, you can see underneath the cart at the rear part of it, disguised as a beam of wood, is a secret compartment.
There's something down here.
What is it?
No, I'll try and open the compartment.
Alright, opening up the compartments. You're quick enough to catch it as a crossbow falls into your hand. The crossbow is light and has a metallic frame to it, and etched into its side are arcane runes. And normally, a crossbow just has a two-sided like bow thing to it. However, this one is more like a fork, as there is another arm going forwards, kind of seemingly holding a larger bolt or a strangely designed bolt. And everyone can see this in your hand. It's kind of as big as you. It is meant for a medium creature, and anyone can roll knowledge local.
I don't think anyone has knowledge local. Does it need to be trained?
Yes.
Then no. I don't think anyone has knowledge local.
Then you
Nope.
have no clue what this relates to, but it is a oddly designed crossbow. Aside from the crossbow, there is a wrapping of 10 obsidian bolts. As you look across them, their green tips almost shine in the sunlight.
More obsidian arrows, huh? This ain't good.
Is it magical?
The crossbow has a very minor enchantment to it that seems to be almost as if it's a trigger, and it's very easy to identify. I'll just tell you that they are linked to the bolts, and the bolts are also magical, though you will need to spellcraft them.
Nope.
There she is. Twiglet.
Mentha definitely is able to identify the bolts. Looking over the bolts, they are magical, and you already know that there's a connection between the bolts and the crossbow. However, these have a sleep spell attached to them, but they are a stronger sleep spell than normal. Just because you know what it is, I can give you the text, but you won't know the name of the crossbow. I think I can do this. These are obsidian sleep bolts. They are bolts that inflict a deep sleep on their targets, and combined with this crossbow, the DC is Will 15 and it affects up to 6 hit die.
I will relay this information to the party.
Now, this is interesting, because we found some of these bolts near that deer creature. Maybe whoever has these bolts is the one who's been bringing the creatures in to test them, keeping them asleep until, well, they explode out the crates like this.
Or putting them to sleep so they can perform their little experiments on them.
Well, that's what I mean.
Did the Recra say that they were the obsidian bolts were from up north anyway?
That's very true.
Do you want to take the crossbow, Clark? It's a little bit better sized for you than it is for Minta, and we've already got ranged options for most everybody else except for you.
Well,
I
putting
guess
some
I
to
can
sleep
take
ain't gonna hurt. Can you hold it alright?
Depends how heavy it is. How heavy is it?
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbows are...
6 pounds.
That's it.
I can carry it.
4 pounds, sorry. I was
Wait,
on the
4
repeating
pounds.
crossbow for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 pounds. You should be able to drag and drop it from the companion.
Ooh.
Then there's somewhere. Out of interest, Clark, what armor are you wearing? So assuming you're not wearing full plate.
No, I am not. The armor I'm currently wearing, until I get my new armor eventually, is studded leather.
Fair enough. Well, I'll be off then, and I'll use quick climb to. Can you double move to climb?
Yeah.
Because quick climb is basically you can climb at your full speed as a move action without penalty.
Is it from your race or
It's a
your?
Beastmaster trick. I'll send over.
Yes, please. So I know you used this before. So you still need to make the check. It's just the speed is normal. Because
Okay,
normally
right.
when you're climbing, you're moving at quarter speed, and you can increase the DC by moving quicker. This just means you can move your normal speed, but you still need to make the check to actually climb.
Enough. Yeah, my climb's not terrible, so I can go for it. My armor is affecting it. How long does it take to doff medium? Is it a minute?
It may just be a minute. I could double check.
If I had an armored coat, this would be a lot easier, but I'm wearing hide.
What are you wearing? The name of it?
Hide armor.
Hide to remove is 1 minute, which can be halved if someone helps you.
Yeah, if someone's alright to give me a hand, just to take it off very quickly.
Alright, I'll help you out.
Ready. I'll take that armor off. I've taken it out of my AC already.
How
So-
many of those sleep bolts are there? Because I'm assuming that's the only ammunition that's available for this crossbow at the moment.
There are 10.
I'll take 10 of them.
Before you go up there, let's get a little bit of armor for us casters and for you. And I'll go ahead and activate the ring. So I get mage armor, and then I will cast mage armor on Crom, as well as shield and wind armor on Crom.
Are you sure? There's nothing here yet.
Nothing that we can see. I'd rather you be safe than have something go wrong.
Just realised I actually just might put it wrong. The damage, is it dex or strength or what?
Neither.
None.
None.
So it's literally just the dice.
Cool.
It is the arrows are enchanted, the crossbow's not. So the arrows do give +1 to attack and damage. But once they hit a target, that is dispelled, and they just become normal bolts.
Alright. Thank you, Demea. And I'll attempt to climb up. God damn it, why do I roll a 16 on that? Alright.
There we go.
Alright,
You would still have +1, wouldn't you, if you're attacking damage?
yes.
That's what happened.
You don't have any other bolts, you might just make the crossbow +1.
Oh, it's the
From-
nose.
He's got it in there. I can do it manually if you're not doing it there. Crom, what is your speed?
My speed without armor is 40.
You're saying you're double moving, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
That's-
I'll say you can get to the top with that then.
Alright. Is there anything up here?
As you get atop the tower, you definitely feel a blistering wind up here as it almost whistles through the slight canyon this creates. Off to the right, the battlement wall continues until it kind of crumples away and reattaches to the mountain. And to the left, you can see the destroyed remains of the actual tower. Inside is a grindstone, though it is covered in dust and very mouldy and dark in some places. Obviously opened up to the rain over so many years. There is a small fur bedroll, though again, you don't want to be using that, and there is a small tent makeup there, as if someone was sleeping here after it had been destroyed.
Do y'all want bringing up, or do you want me to have a look at this?
I feel like you might need me up there. You might need protection.
Alright, so Method, Demir, do you need help with coming up here?
I am not very good at climbing.
With a rope, it would be DC 5.
Yeah, like I can help you. That's why I went up first.
Come on then, chuck down the rope.
I'll drop the rope down.
Alright, you drop the rope down. Everyone looks at the coiled rope and just
No,
wonder why you drop
you
the
know
whole
what
thing
I
down.
mean.
Yeah, you can attach it to a part of the battlements.
Yeah, I've got like... Have I got pitons? I think I've got some.
Do you have anything to put the pitons in?
I've got a warhammer.
That'll work, but you don't really need to.
Before I climb up while the others are climbing, I'll look at this card as well.
That cart has no real contents on the top. It seems like whoever was moving this was able to take everything away. And if you look at the same place you did before, you will notice there is another hidden compartment in a wooden beam.
I'll open that as well.
Opening it up, it is empty.
Oh well.
You fully gassed us up for that. That was unfortunate.
I mean,
Then I'll
you've
drop in quiet.
seen that you have some of the obsidian glass arrowheads in your inventory. You know that they've been used, so not all of these are going to have their weapons in them still.
Come
Alright,
on.
with those climb checks, everyone can use said rope to get atop the tower battlements.
I just remember shield is personal. I can't put that on Crom, so I will not have cast that.
You cast wind armor.
Just wind armor and mage armor.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't hear you say shield.
As the last person climbs up the wall, oh god, I can make that outlined for you so it's easy to see.
I was getting ready to, but I hadn't had the opportunity to it yet.
And Kandar was easy to read. There you go. As the last person gets to the top of the wall, you will all hear a hissing as a large creature darts out from the tent at you.
See, I told ya.
Shit.
It moves!
And as it
And why
crawls
did I
out,
walk here?
it hisses loudly as saliva and blood falls from its maw onto Clark. And as it darts its maw towards you, wanting to get a good old chomp in, its chitinous hide starts to shine brightly and ignite into flames. The snake lets out a hideous hiss yet again as its body continues to burn in agony and it turns to ash.
What?
My evil gaze. I failed the demon. It's okay, we're safe now. As Clark turns away and is almost shriveling in fear.
Yeah, of course you did. What the hell was that?
Go on, buddy. Oh, you go first.
Can I taste test the ash?
What?
Sure, go ahead. Roll me survival.
Shit. It's 2 more than that, so it'd be 27.
Alright. You taste test the ash, and it's ash. It kind of burns your tongue a bit, and you kind of have a very gravy not gravy.
Grainy?
No, not grainy. You have a graveyard mouth.
Like a dry, kind of dusty.
Yeah.
Desert mouth.
Cromwell kind of like spit to the side as best he can. These things have been so goddamn weird since we've been here that I kind of thought, oh no.
What's weird about eating ash? What were you expecting?
No, well, what's weird is these creatures setting themselves on fire, exploding, and dying before us. Hell, the Sun Falcon mutated in front of us. It's getting worse.
Did you not hear me say that I destroyed it with my evil gaze?
Alright, Clark the Serpent Slayer.
Ooh,
Well, they're bigger
that
and
has a
gonna
nice ring
try
to
and
it.
dig through the ash if anything was left behind.
I was trying to, and then I got accosted.
You certainly can, but it seems like only ash remains.
Do we have any idea what that might have been?
You can roll a knowledge religion for what's remaining.
Probably not.
You have no clue what it is after the remains.
Was that thing gold in this location, or was it just here? What is all this?
I'm gonna look into the tent.
I'll check out this, what looks like a weapon wheel over here.
That's a whetstone, or grindstone, sorry.
Are you absolutely sure this isn't the Skyrim screenshot? Because it's looking pretty Skyrim.
I feign ignorance.
Alright, fair enough.
Mentha, if you're searching out the tent, roll me perception, please.
Ugh.
Go around as well. The rolls.
Alright, Mentha, as you search around on the inside of there, you will find a backpack that has some torn pieces of paper in it. Aside from that, there is a half-eaten ration bar that you're pretty sure you shouldn't eat, but you don't need to eat anyways, there's no issue there. Whereas Crom, you will see underneath the, not exactly fur rug, but it's like a little flooring, that there is just a small part of a door peeking out from underneath.
Hey, I'll have a look at this. Looks like there's some kind of doll in here.
Do we know what this over here is?
That's just a bedroll.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna search the bedroll.
The bedroll is full of dust and spiders.
Come on, y'all. I think this is some doorway, and Crom will try and pull it open.
As you pull over the fur flooring and try to pull on the door, you pull the hatch clean off as it leads to just the stone floor. It seems like this belongs to something else that was part of the tower, but it's been broken off.
Damn. Crom will drop the door.
I try to put the piece of paper together if they form something full.
They do indeed, and it's written in common. Demir, you don't find anything out of the ordinary. Looking across the pieces of paper, it seems you have two more parts of a journal. As the first entry reads Entry 6. We're about a week into our travels in the Southlands, ripe for the picking or hiding from the wars up north. None of us can stand the constant death. We are treasure hunters, not murderers. Our first port of call is this tower, an old relic of when the wars teased the Southlands. Apparently, it's over 20 years old, and several years abandoned. But established defences, like these, often have leftover weapons, ammunition, and supplies. If nothing else, we can sell them on. You then have a later entry of Entry 7. We've spent a day searching the tower. We took up some crossbow bolts that were stored, but there was nothing else of worth here. bloody waste of time. We'll head west after this. The next cache location should be there. Bonif found an old book. Apparently, it's a good read, so he is keeping it. He told me part of it that relates to this place, but we've got other locations to search, so maybe we will come back. The excerpt then reads, Alloweth the beest night, so yond our sight is not blinded by the travelling lamp. Within the night alloweth our hands, burneth with our owneth lighteth. Batheth the floor in thy lighteth, and speaketh the words aloud. Ope to me mine own protection.
What to say, Mantle? That's a hell of a lot of words.
Well, it's apparently from the same, I guess from the same people who were at the camp. But, like, earlier.
Them undead folks that we found a while ago.
Well, yeah, at least the journal we found there has a similar tone to it, talking about cash.
It ain't this thing, is it? That thing at the bottom, that ope to me mine own protection?
It sounds like a really bad poet tried to write something special and did not do very well.
Like, it's really even common? I don't quite get it.
Hell, I've never been especially literate at the best of times. It's something to keep in mind, though. It seems that these bolts that you found, though, Mantha, they were here beforehand.
Yeah, they were not the same people they were before. Even they came here.
And who's Boneth? Found a book. It's a good read, so we kept reading it. And then his speech changes after that. Maybe this book's cursed. Hell, I don't know.
Well, the bottom part's in quotes. Maybe they found it somewhere, like this little excerpt.
Maybe.
Like, the rest of it reads like a person writing a journal, which it looks like, but the rest of this is just badly mangled
I
comment.
mean, maybe it's from the book it mentions, like an excerpt.
Maybe.
That could be.
We best find this cache then. Or hell, even better, this book. But I'm guessing, looking around here, it ain't gonna be on this tower.
Aye, but we've already
Ah.
found something that they left behind, so maybe we could take a look around and see if there's anything else up here that we can find.
What did you say, Jay? Sorry.
No, I'm just thinking, because it says that maybe this little poem thing has something to do with this place.
There's no way of knowing.
I mean, that's what it says, doesn't it? Told me a part of it that relate. He told me a part of it that relates to this place, and then there's the excerpt.
Maybe.
Something about maybe at night we have to make our own light and say those words somewhere.
Maybe. Maybe that's what this doll, and I'll sort of tap my whatever weapon I have to hand out. Maybe it's on here or up on the battlements. You may be right. Maybe we need to spend the night here. Is there anything along the battlements we can see? Clark, you closer to that side.
I mean, I can have a look.
Or find another big ass snake. If Clark does go across the battlements, there isn't anything across them.
I mean, I can't see anything, but I'll check it out, I guess. Is this here like a sort of like an archway or a door to lead in here?
No.
Anything over here?
Nope. Just the wall continues until it crumples away into the mountain.
Nope, nothing over there.
I think we should stay here until nightfall and see if that little poem helps with finding anything. Basically, it looks to me like we're supposed to wait till night and shine lights on the ground and then speak that little phrase at the end, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think it's worth a shot if there's something important out here.
So is the party making camp here for nightfall?
Sure.
Yes.
Do we need to do more scavenging?
Probably. I can always climb back down without too much of a problem. I would guess I'll just put Mather on, like, Menther on
What
my
has
shoulder.
just
or
happened to
something.
the lighting?
It's nighttime.
Jeez.
I didn't notice anything. Like, that's I don't like that. I want nighttime to be real.
I mean, you have dark vision, so you can see, if you zoom out to, like, the edge of the map, you can see it's gone dark.
Oh, yeah. I fucking hate dark vision.
That's why
Yeah,
most of the
get
time
that.
I get rid of it.
I don't have a choice. Like, Vargs have to have
Yeah.
it.
Why do you hate it so much?
No, because it just gets rid of the atmosphere of it. Like, yeah, if the darkness closes in, I'm like, ooh, spooky. But then I just didn't know what happened. Clark's there, like, and I just go look around, like, everything's really normal. What happened?
I think they have an alternate racial trait where you can get keen senses instead of dark vision.
No,
No, you can get dark vision instead of scent.
yeah, they literally, the way that their thing is, you don't get rid of dark vision, you just get better dark vision. So,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it was like you can trade scent for better dark vision. I think it was scent.
Yeah, I think it's scent. Because you get scent as a Beastmaster anyway, but I was like, no, I'd rather just have double scent, honestly. Alright,
With scent for
Smell
each nostril.
twice.
I can smell through my palms. Alright, moving on. The woodland
You-
folk will go and look.
Are you doing separate checks or you're aiding?
Separate.
I was going to say separate, like I can get... The only reason why I said I'd get Menther on my shoulder is just for the climb down.
You'll definitely be able to find some mushrooms nearby that have been growing across the tower, and are able to find the ones that aren't hallucinogenic.
Very nice. Back up we go.
It's now nighttime. You have not rested. You're just in like 10 p.m. So
That's
what do
fine.
you do atop the tower?
do y'all have a light, like a cantrip? I remember giving my lantern to Clark.
I do
Yeah,
have
man,
it.
that can turn our little leaves lights,
Yeah.
right?
Gonna light up my hands.
Last time I just got lit up.
Is Clark whipping out her lantern?
She's whipping out the lantern and asking Crom to light it.
Sure, and he'll use his flint and tinder for it. Flint steel, even tinder.
All right. Memphis' hands are lit up, and Clark has a torch in her hands. Or lantern.
Ah, I can suddenly see again.
Right, let's wander around until we see something random that looks different, or maybe just start saying the little phrase
Well, hold
over
on.
and over.
Should we try it by this doll? I mean, it's strange that there's a doll to nothing.
Crum, I think that door just fell down from higher in the tower. I don't think it goes anywhere. You've ripped it up off of the ground.
Was the door attached to anything when I pulled it up?
Nope, it was just underneath the rug.
Damn it.
I
Fine.
mean, this seems to be the place to do it. It's the only area with a floor. Kind of.
True. We may as well try. Is there anything different now we've got the lights on?
It's brighter. I mean, that is something different.
Is the moon out?
The moon is out, yeah. It's a bit of a cloudy night.
I need to turn some of these buffs off. There we go.
If there were any other buffs going, any buffs would have ended. Even the mage armor, 'cause it has been hours.
That's fine, I'll put the armor back on. That's not a problem. Now we've got the rope set up. Well, I'll tell you what. One of y'all with the light, would you mind trying it around here? Seeing if anything happens?
Clark holds the lantern up.
Maybe we should try one light at a time.
Thinking about it, maybe it'd be best to douse the lamp. Looking at this here journal, it says not to be blinded by a traveling lamp. Maybe it has to be magical light.
Clark.
Anyone can roll either knowledge local or knowledge history, untrained.
Untrained, you say?
Demir, you're pretty sure traveling lamp refers to the sun.
I had thought so, as much.
That was gonna be my guess too.
I have 7 intelligence. I have to play it up, guys. Come
I mean, that's fair enough. It's very confusing.
on.
Clark
Maybe
just
we should
thinks it's
just-
a big light.
Maybe we should just do it in the dark and do it in the moonlight.
Still don't understand this hands bit, but you're more than welcome to try.
I'm gonna turn off my light. My lit up hands.
Alright. No need light here is now Clark's.
I
Clark
was just
will,
gonna say that little phrase, I guess.
Clark will just, rather than dousing the lamp, just put it in the tent and close the tent curtains.
I mean, it's a hooded lantern. You can just
You can literally
Close
just
it.
close the thing.
Okay,
That's what it's
then I'll just
for.
close the thing.
But it does also say, allow our hands to burn with our own light.
That's what I'm
you don't know
thinking,
who
like-
our is.
Bathe the floor in your light and speak the words aloud.
I think we have to
I
aim
can-
light at the floor somewhere.
Where's the bullseye lantern? Lanternette.
I mean, I'll try it first with just the moonlight out. Then just put on the floor and where it seems to light kind of without too much of an issue, and speak the words.
It's just when we find out it's like Bloody Mary, when we say it 3 times, a ghost appears.
Nothing happens.
Alright. Then I'll try the other way and just again light up my hands. And use those to light up the floor and try again.
With the floor lit up, glistening against Manfur's glowing hands and speaking the words, a square will light up on the floor as it goes from corner to corner to corner to corner, and the rock shifts into that of a wooden platform. On the side is a large lever. The platform is big enough for around 5 to 6 medium creatures to stand on at a time.
Wow.
Good work. I know, right?
Now that's something you don't see every day.
Is it
Yeah, you see it every
magical?
night.
Well, I tell you what, I ain't ready for this, but let's go.
Is it magical?
Is what magical?
The door thing that opened up, the little platform or whatever?
Yes and no. You can roll spellcraft. It's magical. You don't know what it is.
Huh.
Seems pretty
But,
magical.
Yeah, Medford, you think it's cursed. If you pull that lever,
Uh-oh.
you're all gonna die.
Ah, I don't think it's a good idea, guys.
What, why? What?
I mean, it's just appeared out of nowhere. It's weird.
I mean,
It's
you ain't wrong. Should we be doing this?
Sure.
Yep.
What's wrong with it?
That lever is mighty tempting.
Where is this lever located?
It's on the platform as well.
Demir will climb up onto the platform and just look expectantly
You're
at
currently
everybody else.
standing on it, so yeah.
Oh, good. Is anybody not on the platform currently?
I think we're all on it.
Clark's just staring at Demir, just like edging on, like, God, do it, do it, do it.
I was gonna do it. I'm
Do
gonna
it.
pull the lever.
Pull the
Kronk
lever, Kronk.
pulls the lever, but you pulled the wrong lever.
Wrong lever!
Pulling the lever, you can hear the movement of old gears as chains start to jingle beneath your feet. The platform shudders slightly as the wood creaks and moans, almost as if it's been not used in some time or mistreated. The platform then starts to slowly descend as you move into the lower portion of the tower. As you get to a certain point, the floor that you were on, that's now above you, that is just open space, starts to shimmer as stone is replaced there as if it's fading in from nothingness, blocking the light, though thankfully Menfa's hands light up the corridor. And moving further and further down, the elevator lands with a thunk as you are in a basement of sorts.
What in the hells is this?
The room buzzes with life as you can hear static electricity sparking off and on. The lights nearby buzz as electricity whirs them into life. And aside from the sound of electrical sparks, you can smell sulfur in the air, though thankfully nothing is exploding. As well as that, you can smell burning flesh, as well as a very medicinal scent. Looking around, it is definitely very scientific in nature. You could swear some of these were machina or constructs of some sort, though they are indeed machines working to some end. Aside from the mechanics and electricity running around, you do see some more mundane crates and barrels, as well as 2 rooms to the south whose doors are closed. And there is a, you could call it, eternal campfire to the south, as a pot is letting out black smoke within. And to the south, even further, is a very large skeletal corpse, you could say, that seems to have been there for quite some time. And as the elevator is locked into position, you can see off to the left that there is a body being jolted with electricity. And whilst it was quiet as you descended, it seems as if it sparks to life, letting out a horrendous moan of pain.
Did we
That don't
actually
look
take
nice.
a rest or no?
You did not know.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know for spell reasons.
What in the gods is that? It's huge.
Right, I'm gonna start preparing now, and I'm gonna take. I think I have my last metal VX.
And I'll activate my ring now.
These
Yeah.
things. Hey, there's two doors to the left and right down here. That whatever's in there seems like it's suffering. Do we turn this off?
The creature to the left then lets out another loud, ungodly moan as it is jolted back to life and its body goes limp again.
Is this trying to bring it back?
Don't know what it is
Well,
yet. Can we identify what the creature is?
don't want to like cut off the fun, but it has been our 4 hours. So.
It is indeed.
And we can indeed end the session here as you enter into another lab.
Alright.